challenging times. Lord Jesus Christ, our true physician and healer, be merciful to us and bring us your aid in these troubled times. Heal all our sickness and every affliction of your people. Drive out our infirmities of soul and body. Free us from all disease and especially from this pestilence. We place in your gentle heart the elderly, the frail, people with disability, children, young people and families, our indigenous peoples, those who are poor and lonely, and even those who are isolated. As you walk with us, free them from fear and give them patience and hope together with your loving care. In your mercy, deal also with the causes of our pitiful condition, that enduring our lack of faith and spiritual weakness, you may also remedy our bodily ills. Father of mercy, we thank you for all who care for the sick. When they diagnose, give them patience. When they protect the vulnerable, give them their protection. When they work to heal, give them strength. When they comfort, give them consolation. When they are tired, give them rest. When they are discouraged, bring them your hope. May we welcome and respect them as we support one another in this time of trial. Come, Holy Spirit, enlighten the minds of women and men of medical science who are working to find a solution to this viral infection. Guide their research and help them discover what you provide in creation, sure ways of control, protection, inoculation, and healing. Strengthen them in their tiring work and enrich them with the virtue of hope. And eternal wisdom, guide our leaders called to serve us in our nation. May they respond to the challenges of this affliction with prudence and sound judgment. Instead of spreading animosity, hate, war, and torment, let us unite them and find a common ground to love one another as what you have taught us. With foresight, may their planning alleviate the economic burdens, compensate for losses, protect employment, and ensure ample food for the poor and isolated. Merciful Lord, we stand before you, our human beings. We confess that we have been caught up in the pride and presumption that drives our worldly society. Free us from the arrogance that afflicts our age, for now we stand confounded by the conditions beyond our control and understanding. Give us humble and honest hearts to discern the greater mystery of your providence in creation. May we accept your justice and trust your mercy. Amen. And Father,
And what's up, everyone? Our time is already 9 minutes past 9 p.m. here is Philippine Standard Time. This is your boy AB for another Life Talk episode 7. And I know a lot of you are so excited to really talk about life again. And it's another week. And time flies so fast. I'm so honored up until this day that a lot of people are still messaging me. They wanted to be part of, this journey with me. This podcast would not be possible without, especially all of my friends, my families, my relatives, my supporters, and anyone from this community. And of course, a huge shout out to all of my friends. Anna from Won't Play Your Heart 3 fam. Of course, Nekole from Neko Babies community. My boy all the way from Jersey, J Prime, what's up? I'm still fixing the episode 6, and hopefully I could re-upload it. I already filed an appeal to Facebook, and hopefully they will act on this. And of course, tonight I would also like to give a huge shout out to all of my workmates and also my teammates and a lot of my batchmates from Ateneo de Davao University. Huge props to you guys. And of course, this is a special episode again because 7 is a lucky number, and this would not be lucky, or this would not be very amazing without my very special guest. Without further ado, you have seen the poster, you have seen her TikToks, and I'm sure that you have been following her on her Instagram. So let's give it up for my girl all the way from Davao City. This is Romina. Hey, 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 what's
Hi.
up? Hello.
Hello,
Narinig na ba?
hello.
Ayun, ang ganda ng ano, parang purple na purple. So,
Madungog
good
ko.
evening. Yeah, you're doing great. Parang, hello,
Hi.
annyeonghaseyo. What's up? Kamusta? Kamusta? So, Romina. So, what's poppin'? That's my first question. So, a lot of you guys, you can call her Romina or Bianca. I've known her as Bianca. Let's dive right in. Very first question of the night. Kamusta ka?
Okay, good evening. So, oh my God. So, I'm fine, doing good, despite the
Uh,
pandemic. So, buyag. I'm fine, like, healthy pa rin. Ikaw, musta man? Musta
Eto,
man?
I kind of missed going outside, like, attending concerts. And of course,
True.
I've missed meeting with friends. I can still meet with friends though,
Yeah.
kaso,
Limited.
kind very limited. And then, you don't want to gamble your health and, of course, the security of others as well. When you go home, coming from outside, you have this thought of, oh my God, possibly I'll be um putting the risks of my family because of my own wanting of going out. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know, you've been thinking a lot na, ngano ako, ngano kadaghan man tao, ngano ako man jud. Pero
Ito.
um 'di ba? A lot of people were asking, so like, how can we join? How can we be part of Live Talk? It's easy. You just send me a message, or I send you a message, and then if you're game, every day, because starting March, as I mentioned from episode 6, starting March is gonna be a daily podcast. Like, anyone could join, but
Ooh.
every Sunday is a special podcast because it's gonna be an interview type podcast. So
Ah,
anyone who's part of the Sunday podcast would be very special. There will be like crying sessions, just like what happened from previous episode. I was so I was so honored also, and you shout out to Maki Duran and to her friends as well, and the K-pop community. So let's ask now. The first hour will be talking about you, Bianca. So how do you want us to call you?
Romina. Char. Yeah, just call
Romina.
me Romina.
Yeah, so sa mga ano
Yeah.
dyan, sa mga friends natin, especially those who's gonna watch this, yan pa si Romina po yung kasama ko here on my, ano ba, left side of the screen. And of course, Romina, and what have you been up to lately? Let's start off. What are your hobbies that you have been doing ever since the start of the pandemic?
Okay, since lockdown, parang nagbalik nagbalik ko, like I've come back to active lifestyle, like working out.
Oh.
Then pero kanang ang momentum lagi sa mga dili siya, like it's not very consistent compared sa first few months of lockdown, because the motivation really affects you because of the pandemic. Pero from time to time I get it back lang man, like doing TikToks, like sweating sessions lang, pasingot
Oh.
gamay. Then drawing, like wala na kay ko naga drawing kaayo. So
So
I'm
so you've
starting
been
to
sketching. Like, what's your medium when it comes to drawing?
medium. Oh my god. It's been a while since I've talked about drawing. Like my I wa- I was drawing when I was in college, pero di ba parehas sa mga artista ka ng nanay medium and
No,
all. Yeah.
like
Pencil
so
lang,
pencil
ana-ana
lang.
po. Oo.
So what are your subjects most of the time when you draw?
I started drawing in grade school, comic characters, just
Okay.
imitating comic characters, then evolved to anime, then evolved to cartoon, like mix na ang art style. I just get some ideas from Pinterest, like
Yeah,
what's
actually.
what art style suits me best and what style I'm more comfortable with. So I'm trying my best to get back to that momentum of drawing kay tamadon lagi nga lockdown.
Ito, no.
So yeah.
So earlier you mentioned about sweat sessions like doing TikTok dances, and now you're wanting to have that passion, your old passion of into visual arts like drawing using pencil or ball pen or usahay gani nagay kay pardon sa mga kumakain. I used to have a group in in college in Ateneo before. We call ourselves tae artists.
Mm.
But I made up with that name because it means trial and error artist. For
Ooh,
short, tae.
bitaw, bitaw.
'Di ba no? Very
Try,
very witty
try.
pero luod na. Luod kaayo nga pangalan pero game man po tong mga arky friends na ako pero ever since
Mm.
I saw them, sketching marag anak ko nga maninuod man mo sketching. Oy, so yun shoutout pala sa mga X1
Yes.
class nila Maverick Santos. Grabe jud oy maninuod man sila ka ng mga drawing ka ng pang Pixar na level, mga pang Final
Oo.
Fantasy. Ako kay mga kinupyahan lang minig Sinchan oy. Yeah. Pero that's so nice to hear, especially that you've been to active sessions like sweat sessions like you've been into dancing, even TikToks. Boy, when I started doing TikToks, my first ever TikTok was yun papogi-pogi lang it's a requirement to
They're strapped.
oh, pero grabe, like I thought na parang easy lang ni you just follow the dances and then listen din na editing no like usahay ka ng filter like the
Say, delay ang
movements.
music.
Oh, delete ang music and then ako po naman delete na lang oy and then I uninstalled TikTok. Before Musical.ly very 'di ba usually mga
Mm.
vines kana mga vines sa mga video mga jokes. And
Magipalit
then
man sa TikTok.
palit sa TikTok or I think they renamed Musical.ly
Mm.
or Vines and then karon when pandemic started last year, a lot of us were into TikToks, a lot of mga Facebook mga very infested na sa mga TikTok videos mga
True.
balik-balik na ng mga dance move kanang woo or kanang
Wala lingaw since lockdown bawa na mabuhat sa balay.
that's one thing I would agree with you as well na it's better to be doing those things especially na daghan kaayo yung mga people na very unsa ba very aloof na or kanang dili na
Yeah.
and then thank you TikTok pala, shout out sa TikTok, baka naman 'di ba, baka naman TikTok, comment down below lang sa mga may kilala sa TikTok. Pero yeah, it's really important for us to be sane. Okay,
True.
and this is one thing that I discovered throughout the pandemic na it's really important to really talk about life. And it's really important to really reach out with friends. Kay um this is my next question. When was the last time we even talked to one another? Like talk,
Personally,
'di ba? Yeah, or even
with
even in
friends.
social media or tayo like you, me, Kuya Ash and then
Ah,
yeah, sa hindi nakakilala, mamaya I will have Bianca or Romina share how we two met kay baka nagtataka kayo bakit magkakilala kami na parang wala ka-popular man ni Ate Romina bakit
uy,
sila kilala bakit sila
uy,
kilala niyo
popular.
pero
Uy,
yeah ano yung question ko? Yeah.
how,
Um,
last
um,
time?
when was the last time we even had a conversation? Like, even sa chat, di ba? All of a sudden, randomly, nag-chat si Kuya Ash or, when was the last time we even talked about anything
Siguro,
random? Di
siguro
ba?
personally, mag 2 years ago, nung nakita ta sa isa ka event, Mag-dance event sa
dance
Fusion.
event, GUDC. I think that
Oo.
was a fusion um
Huddle
para
or yung concert
going
namin.
concert for a cause
Oo.
for 'di ba palipad
Send off.
yung fusion send off
Apo.
yeah sa Cap Auditor. Opo, magkaedad na tayo dito. Pero yeah, pero yeah, that was the last time I think we saw. I think yung isa pa was in Davao Christian High School. I think they also had a
Ah,
concert, 'di ba?
Huddle.
The huddle, yung huddle. Yung
Yes.
isa pa yung huddle and then before huddle may fusion pa na sent off or yung
Yes,
parang
yes.
after na ng ano nung 'di ba
Mm.
you fusion and some of the members ng
Nagpunta ka
GUDC.
ano? Group Styles?
Yeah, group
Nagtingin ka?
styles.
Ay,
Pero
wala
yung
ta
online na
nakita.
group style wala ko na panood yung group style. Pero
Okay.
the group styles, yeah, nakapunta ako yung sa Cap Auditorium.
2 shows man
Eh
yun. Gabi kami nagpunta.
gabi din ako, 'di ba may mga I don't know if it's the same GUDC or group style na event. It was group style event na may sections na crump, may
Morning.
section ng may um dancehall session and then may mga guest kayo from um HHI Philippines ata yon or yeah HHI Philippines may crumper may dancehall yun yung ma-remember ko na group
Ah,
style na event or I think that was a fusion event pero
Fusion event, I
fusion
see.
event ata yun 'di ba na
Oo,
parang
oo.
invited guest lang yung iba
Opo.
na mga tao
Mm.
oo pero yun ever since I started dancing before again during a cheer dance competition sa work. So dun ulit na fuel yung ano yung dancing. So another question that I would like to ask and I've asked this from episode 6. What is your favorite food that you discovered during the pandemic? Kanang paborito ka yung pagkaon kan you had discovered na murag mo jud din ako favorite na meal karong pandemic. Like, 'di ba, a lot of
Mm.
us are been cooped up or we're locked inside our the four corners of our houses or homes. And then ito very obvious na itsura ko na. So thank you, a shout out pala kay Ray. I'm just gonna show the comment on number Ashley, nakaayo ka. Thank you kaayo. Raymond, that's the that's my EIC from Ate News. You shout us to Ate
Ate
News,
News.
Ate News, Kuya News, Ate News. Pero yeah, yun na, tumaba na ako. So, let's talk about food.
Food.
Ano yung food na na-discover mo that something that's really that you were fond of eating during the whole pandemic?
Not really discovered. I've had it ever since pre-COVID pa. Ramen.
Mm. Ramen? Ramen. Speaking of ramen, parang masarap pag ramen bitaw ngayon, no? Because it's kind of
Ramen.
like
Yeah.
ramen. Ano, like normally there's different flavors of ramens. Like we have
Um,
um
yung sa Torres, may ba nakalimutan?
Torres Ramenico. Hindi.
No,
Mm,
the other one.
Kaizen?
No.
Hindi din.
Hindi siya, pang
Sun,
bago lang siya. Then,
Sunohama?
masarap siya. Wait lang. Search namin sa Food Panda. Wait.
Di ba? Yan pala yun. Food Panda, baka naman. Or, so, mention mo. Shout out pala so you shout out to Ryan Borja and of course you shout out to my best friend Bea Royeca. And of course if you have any questions to our guests, feel free to send them over
Sure.
here in the comment section. And of course you can definitely share this live stream to all of your groups. And it's really something that I am really honored to ask, especially to every one of my guests. And you shout out to my friend as well, Anna is here. You attendance check, so shout out, shout out. Sige, while you're looking to that Food Panda or the name of that store, kay baka naman, 'di ba? Baka may makakilala pala dito sa Davao City and then all of a sudden they would just tag it. Pwede niyo din itag, pwede mo i-comment actually, 'di ba? So, yun
Wala.
talaga.
Wala. Wala na. Wala
Wala
na
na.
siya.
So,
Pero
uh,
ano siya? Kanang,
ramen. It's a
atbang
ramen.
lang siya sa Kaizen. Kanang pa,
Okay, parang
pasulod
yung
siya nga
laundry.
building.
Yung laundry na ano,
Oo,
laundry
then
na.
may isang pasulod siya na ay isa ka door. Laminahan siya. Gamay siya na laminahan. Lami
Hmm.
ilaha. Laminiko akong first na tilawan before COVID. It's the first
Ah,
ramen house.
So
I
you're
went
into ramen.
COVID. Then when COVID, yeah, I went the ano, ewan ko sa pangalan, basta ramen gihapon to yung first.
Basta
Yeah,
it's a
lami
ramen.
gihapon dito. Yes.
We're just gonna
Ano
search it
din,
later. Ramen
yo
in
froze
progress.
yung
Yeah. Your
parfait,
froze. Oh yeah.
parfait yeah.
Ramen
First
kanda?
time,
Hindi ba ramen kanda?
oh,
K1 ramen?
murag
Ramen
murag ramen
kanda.
kanda.
Yeah, it's
Okay nga,
ramen kanda.
yes, yes.
Okay, so sa mga nagle-live dito, we're just going to tag ramen kanda. Baka naman, 'di ba? Wala, it's a free something. Ramen kanda. We love your ramen. We love your ramen. Maganda din kasi actually in March we're gonna have like mukbang sessions here. There's gonna be
Ooh,
live talk with
salami.
food, or we're gonna have like um sponsors. There will be a lot of sponsors. And you shout out to all our sponsors, Sabay sa Alon here at the back, and of course
Wow,
Lemon Cares and Real Lemon Extract,
cute.
Lemon
That's
Cares
cute.
and company, and Happy Lemon as well. Happy Lemon po yung tumbler ko, and a lot of Pikachu's. So going back, you love ramen, and then you mentioned Joe Fro's, their parfaits. How do you like your ramen? 'Di ba? Normally when you prepare your noodles, kung sa mga lola pa na noodles, is how do you like your ramen? Ako, I like it really creamy sometimes, 'di ba? Nabjud na ka ng very creamy na ramen.
Ikaw.
The most authentic siguro na ramen na na-try ko was in ano ga yung Hong Kong and Macau. It's a really
Wow.
pricey one. Pricey jud siya kaayo because it's like 1,000 pesos for that one bowl. Pero they use like rice noodles katong ilang
Mo din.
and then the meat like makaingon jud ka kanang kanang lamit jud kaayo siya dili tinipid, and it's really delicious. So and it's really creamy, and especially when the broth, 'di ba usually yung broth man gud na kay ang uban ba meron siya kanang instant noodles.
Bitaw.
Gibutangan na og kanang asin. They just place a lot of MSGs. So shout out to Uncle Roger for introducing us MSG or promoting MSG in our meals. But yeah, it's really how do you like your ramen?
Ah, ramen, my type of ramen is kanang dili good subaan ang sabaw, like kanang balance lang
Ah,
siya ba.
like there's a
Then
certain balance.
yeah, then ato I want to try creamy kanang ngana
Yeah,
kanang
creamy.
dako
Definitely.
pagka
So
ano ba.
after siguro we're gonna schedule, so we're gonna put it here, we're gonna try again ramen kanda. If you're free next month, we're gonna schedule it. We're gonna have because I'm also gonna post videos here sa this is not a food vlog, this is not a food food page. You shout out pala sa Davao Food Guide. Davao Food Guide, very yan talaga pag when I look for food here in Davao City, I always check out Davao Food Guide, and then I always ask. I also PM, and then they're real responsive. So you shout out to the admins. I forgot the name. Davao Food Guide comment section. So yeah, you like your ramen very balanced. It's like especially Japanese when they prepared everything sa ramen, diba? It's may equal talaga. Parang may mga reasons why there's a certain number of mushrooms. Pero dito sa Philippines when they yun din, how do you like when you go to a ramen house? Ito, very interested ito, since we're talking about ramen. And it's about the certain culture, and we get to know you more. When you go to a ramen place, what is the most important factor that you would really dine in? Like
Mm.
very important ba sa'yo? First, is it the price? Is it the ambiance? Is it the aesthetics of the place, or is it the food itself, or
Mm.
nakay-crush dito nga waiter? And then let's scrap that. I mean, you just because you're really how do you call this? You're really interested, or ano yung tawag niyan, there's a certain term I'm looking at. Kumbaga you're curious of
Yeah.
how the trend usually, 'di ba, people nowadays, especially here in our city, and again through these pages like Davao Food Guide, when they post something and 'di ba parang tayo lahat na lang, huy, let's go here, let's try this. So ikaw, when you go to a ramen place or when you go to a certain restaurant or yung sabihin natin, let's stick with ramen house muna. What is your top ano muna when you visit? Ano yung gusto mong i-try? Like you want to try it because it's really affordable? Is it because of maganda yung place doon? Maganda yung
Mm,
waitress ba or gwapo yung waiter, yung owner, mga ganyan. Or ikaw yung
um,
may-ari noon, yun yung mas maganda. Pero
naon.
yeah, ikaw, those are that's my question. And then prepare for the next question.
Wow. Ano, sa akin, when I ordered in Ramen Kanda sa Foodpanda, I look at the reviews and their
So
location sa
reviews.
Facebook. Then, ano, positive reviews man. So, I give it a try. So,
Char.
I bought, I bought ramen. Okay, ano po, nag-promo po to. Timing ba, nag-promo po ng Foodpanda. Like, less 30%, I think.
Uh-huh.
So, oo.
So
Then,
how much was the price usually, and how big is the serving, or how normally the serving is
malaki
um
man.
how much
Malaki.
was the price? If you give me an average lang or
I mean,
like
ano, their price is 200.
200. So that's
Uh,
good for five.
no, no, ang one bowl kay 200 plus din nag-sell siya tumawag naging 190,
Ha, so
180. One
more
bowl, but dako siya.
one bowl.
No,
So paano yun,
oo.
since it's through Food Panda, how do they the presentation usually sa mga,
Ano
di ba
mo,
usually
ano,
nasa styrofoam or no, let's not use styrofoam na again guys, yun na pa, you shout out sa lahat pala ng mga na hindi na nagpo-promote na styrofoam or single use plastics, so we should not allow that those things anymore. But anyways, how do they the presentation, kasi di ba usually it affects the whole experience of the ramen, especially when they transfer it in a very hindi naman cheap or di ba? Hindi naman cheap or yung, di ba normally when the ramen is transferred to a different container, parang nag-iiba din yung lasa. And also, you shout out to my brother all the way in Japan, konbanwa gozaimasu. Also, Trax, how do you like your ramen? You can comment down below. How do Japanese prepare? Kasi nasa Japan siya ngayon,
Oh,
Tokyo, di ba? Ikaw, how's the experience when it's a takeout?
um, so far, yung nagpa-deliver kami ng ramen nila mama, they put it in different kinds of plastic containers yang magamit
Ah,
mo pa rin, yang
para
pwede mo
yung
ma-microwave.
microwavable.
Oo.
Okay.
Then,
So
iba ang
bio.
sabaw, iba yung noodles, and iba yung meat. So, ikaw na
So
bahala
they really
oo,
separated each and
yep.
oh. So yun din pa, pero how's the taste? How's the taste? Parang if you're gonna rate it 5 out of 10, or yeah, 5 is the lowest. OA na masyado yung 1. OA na talaga yan. Parang hindi na maniwala sa mga ganyan review, parang 1 ano, like cheers. Seryoso hindi ka kakain ng ano. Pero 5 out of 10. 5 is the lowest, like 10
Um,
is the highest.
yung nag-take out kami, so I think mga 6 or 7. Then, yung nag-dine in na kami, mga siguro 7.5 kasi
So it's
maganda kasi
better.
yung bowl nila din.
Like
Malawak ba?
parang you could really feel
Yeah.
like you're in Japan. Mm. So Nohama, actually, I had my first ramen here in Davao, in along Sunohama. It's near Tavera, along Torres pa rin, somewhere near Torres.
Mm,
Yun din talaga, really authentic. Churro, second, churro, they really have good
Mapa ko
ramen.
ka
But
ano diha.
definitely, you should go with me when we're gonna try ramen here. So now I have someone, so I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna comment AB with Romina, ramen mukbang, ramen reviews.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the that's one of the contents that you a lot of people would also be looking into this, because we're gonna me myself is an enthusiast of noodles. Like any
Ooh.
noodles, I make my own pancit canton. I also make my own noodles. I add like paprika. Sometimes I put lemon. Like
Mm.
the lemon, I tried the lemon. It's different. Parang siyang tea. When di ba, there's a certain aroma, the certain taste, the certain naiuban na marag palpak talaga. Like sige, sayang ang food, so higupin mo na lang yung sabaw, parang masyadong ano para. So I learned that from just watching YouTube videos during the pandemic. So now next question. Since you mentioned your favorite food, you mentioned your favorite snack that you have been ordering during the pandemic, like parfaits. And so now a lot of people would have known you as the dancer. Aside from being a dancer, what are the things that we do not know about you that you would like to share to the people? Like something that we
Sorry.
it's like it's not a secret anymore because we're gonna share it. But something that it's really interesting, a fun fact about you that not everyone is aware of. Aside just the drawing, yun ako I didn't even expect now. You're into visual arts din pala. So it kasi normally the first impression would be kani dancer ni si Romina. Romina is like the crumper, like crump itself is really difficult. Like not everyone could just, di ba usually like X me Jensen, right? You're not crumping kagad. that's the that's the that's the
Kaya,
typical stereotype of ano yung tawag niyan, that's a typical stereotype when it comes down with or goes down with crumping. So we'll talk about crumping later on because I'm really interested as well why you chose that. Pero fun fact about you, and mamaya basahin natin itong comment ng aking kapatid.
okay, first nag-comment akong friend si Daisy. Hi, Daisy.
Si Lorente
Yes.
Daisy. Shout out pala kay Lorente Daisy. Thank you so much for for
Supportive.
those hearts, supportive. And you can also comment down below. We have the question of the night down below, so you can also comment it. Or if you're shy, you can send it to your friend Romina here, so she could read it
Let's
later
go.
on. Like go, let's go. So wag mo baguhin ang tanong, Romina. Sagutin mo ako anong fun fact about you na hindi about dancing.
Ano, fun
Kilala.
fact,
Fun fact. Hindi pwede yung dancing at saka drawing na cross na natin
true.
yan. Hindi na pwede yung mga sagot. Like,
I really don't know if it's a fun fact, but I'm a registered psychometrician.
oh,
Then
chincha? Oh no, tama pala no. Like, grabe. See guys, like the last time we spoke was like I think almost 2 years ago in one of the hindi dance performances or dance showcase na lang here in Davao City. So that was the last time that we even spoke. It was just a hi bye, di ba? Usually, hi, picture tayo,
mm,
uy, Bianca, and then busy ka
yeah.
masyado. Alam mo naman, because guys, very artista talaga. My friend
No,
here, very
hindi.
artista, like, uy, Bianca, I was like there at the side, like, oh, I'm so proud. How done niya mag-cramp, and then I was like, fanboying, and then ako din whenever it's like like, gusto ko
Dili
din mag-grab, and then
picture.
nakita kita sa stage, and then ako parang uy, gusto ko magpa-picture kay Bianca, friend ko yan, and then grabe, like people were swarming, wanting to have a photo with one of the legit talaga na when you say crump, like yun yung
No.
crump like coming
Oh.
from Romina, like
No.
swear, I'm telling you, she's like a beast on the dance floor. Like anyone siguro na kanya mga dance battle, wala, panis. Char.
True.
Pero yeah, going back, ano yung fun fact about you? Like aside sa
Fun fact.
fun
Aside
fact
to
about
psychometrician,
psychometrician. Pero pag-usapan natin mamaya, maganda pala yung psychometrician. So,
yeah,
yung mga friends ko din
mental
dito,
health.
mental health, yeah. Let go. Mental health is really important, and this is one thing later on, yan papaiyakin talaga natin tong friend. They see you, you go girl. call the
Ah,
call the
ano po na
community.
siya, registered sa competition po na classmate ko college, si Daisy.
Oh, what's
Shout
up? What's
out.
up? Shout out pala. So sa lahat ng mga ano dyan, sa
So,
mga classmates and friends ni Romina, you can definitely join us in the conversation here down below. And we're gonna read it later on sa third part ng ating session. But yeah, psychometrician. Ito, I'm just gonna ask you this question kasi ito very interested ako. Are you into K-pop and what's your current bias group?
okay. So, first of all, nag-comment akong boyfriend. Hi, hi Mark. Sumuka.
Ay, gusto ko to,
Hi.
gusto ko yan. Ay, Bikay. Bikay pala ha, Bikay.
Nickname man ako na,
Kay gani, Bikay.
pero,
Di ba?
pero Mina lang. Hi.
Raymond na.
So, okay.
Ang ngayon ko
K-pop
lang din
ba?
nalaman.
Ha?
Si may bebe boy ka pala. Hindi
Sumuka
mo
sa
lang
baby boy.
hindi mo lang sinabi sa akin. So, di ba?
Shout
Sana
out na
napaganda
Loki.
din ako. Loki. So later on, Mark, you can also join us in the conversation later on because
Oh,
I'm
lagi.
I'm gonna ask like very hard hitting questions later on. Pero we're just gonna reserve that in the second hour. Our time is 41 minutes past 9. But again, K-pop group, come on, let's
K-pop.
go. Annyeonghaseyo,
Okay.
Yorobun. This is your boy AB. Yeah.
Um, when I was in high school, I actually first
How
K-pop
did you
group,
start with K-pop na? How
uh,
first group that you were introduced to K-pop
stand,
and
yeah.
then you stand and then current group that
Uh,
you're
uh,
standing.
uh, okay. Grade 6, I think, or grade 5, mga 2010 or 9.
Ay, mga year natin, 2010. Ano din
Yeah.
ako, grade 7 ako, grade 7.
Wow. ano,
Joke lang.
nakita ko sa mix yung parang 21, Fire, and Wonder Girls na
Oh,
Nobody. So, hala, nice. Lagi catchy ba itong mga songs nila. So, ato
very buff.
nag-start, yeah, nag-start ako search sa YouTube hantod. Naganahan ko Girls' Generation,
Ew.
The
Ay.
OG. What?
Pakaanoin tayo ng mga ano dito, mga Sone, mga So1.
So, Girls' Generation and 21. I stand them also. So, and Wonder Girls, pala wala man kayo nag, po ng
Second
Wonder Girls
generation,
then.
ano.
Yeah.
Parang English songs
Then,
lang talaga yun. English songs lang yung nagtatak talaga sa kanila.
then
And,
high
yun lang.
school, EXO. Yeah, I used to stand
Ano
EXO
yun?
high school.
EXO.
EXO. Yeah, then
Wolf
amo
88.
nag-outgrow ko sa boy groups like with BTS. I used
Mm.
to be an army back in
Used to
high
be?
school.
Heart
Yeah.
Purple, my God. Like, shout out. Uy, i-share
Uy,
nyo to. Hoy,
purple
saan
akong
yung mga,
lights.
saan yung mga ano, naka-purple kami. O, tignan nyo, naka-purple ako. Hindi lang halata. Pero this is like dark shade of purple. Oy, what's up, guys? What's up? Oy, mga army dyan. Shout out. Baka naman, share nyo to. Tag nyo ko, baka may mga palibreng album kayo dyan. Pero yeah, army. You've been an army. So, di ba parang mga, yan, tag nyo ko agad mga ano dyan.
Mabash ka.
Mabash
Joke.
tayo dito na hindi tayo. Oy, army ako,
Oh.
RM ang aking bias. Huwag nyo kaming,
Army day gihapon ka. Well, I still
Army,
listen to
uy.
their songs. I still listen to
Oh.
their songs. But not like dati nagabi ka stan because
Grabe,
I've
Jud mo.
moved to girl groups kasi when I'm in college, like, ITZY, Red Velvet,
RV.
then,
Like the third gen.
yes,
Mga
then,
third gen na.
yeah, I discovered Luna from my guy friend.
Sino
Mark
yan?
din, si, kauba man to sa group chat, sa Luna Davao, si John.
Si John?
Basta,
Sino to si John?
Basta makita mo sa member sa group chat nato then ato
Natin.
nag-talk about siya na mag-stand lagi daw ba Luna, so nauna siya stand sa ko, so ako nag-catch up lang ko then.
Dapat.
Yeah, I like their songs.
Seriously. Tama, Jud.
The debut songs nila B-side, like it's very different from other. I think good ginabash ang uban K-pop pero their sound is quite different.
Yes,
Yeah, so
correct.
stand akong poster amot lang kung makita. Luna mo
Oh,
na
like
sa
I
BB
saw your post or I saw some of your photos. Like seriously, I was like, nakita mo, you can see like the back of my wall. Like you see, like very empty. Like when you see something empty, that empty, alam mo nang next niyan. Alam mo nang next niyan. I'm gonna put a lot of posters again, but yeah, I'm still low key planning of buying, kasi shout out to my brother and my sister. Kasi yung sa dati naming boarding house, I posted all of my Big Bang official posters, and
Mm.
even mga posters na mabili ko sa mga gatherings or mga conventions. Iniwan ba naman dun? Kasi 'di ba we transferred back dito sa place namin. And then tinanong ko saan yung mga posters, and then they said wala, nandun. And then when I returned there, lo
Wala.
and behold, wala na. It's either sinunog yun, or mabuti na lang sana kung fan din yung pero
Ay,
Big Bang yun.
sortihan niya.
Hindi, mali mo, hey, hindi man to EXO, hindi man to
Ay,
BTS.
yeah.
So baka sinunog na yun or something, 'di ba? So official pa naman yun. So I was so, yun yung mga times ko na
Kaya nga eh.
as a K-pop like a VIP, my heart was you shout out pala kay King Ken Slayo, shout out to our boy JRA Dre, and also to King
Oh,
Kenny Slay, OG K-pop reactors in YouTube. So those are
yes.
my idols as well, like fanboy of a fanboy.
Yes.
Like OG fanboys, like King Kenny Slay. If you're watching this, dude, like keep on making those music, dude. Keep on doing those music. Anyways, Stan Luna, yeah,
Yes.
that's
Orbit na yan.
orbit na yan. So orbit, hindi kami purple ha. Baka sabihin nyo naman purple din. But yeah, anyways, we'll not tawag ito, we're not going to dwell into the fandom wars na naman. So later
Yeah.
on na yan, pag-usapan natin mga fandom wars. So yeah, you shout out to my cousin Dennis or si Kyle from upstairs. Nabaday Sud Andre. Wala lagi cuz. Baka may mga paramen ka diyan. Pwede mo i-chat lang sa akin. Yeah, we live in a compound, so yeah, very
Oh.
supportive cousins of an engineer, my engineer cousin. So if you're looking
An-
for electrical engineer, my cousin is here. Yeah, so shout out sa aking cousin, and of course Daisy. Yeah, go, let's go. RPM, registered psychometrician, right? Tama, 'di ba?
Yes.
RPM. Oh, psychometrician yan. Apaka-talented pa yan. And little did you know, guys, ito, I'm just going to tell bakit hindi lang yung K-pop, because we met in a how do you call this? Because I myself was a fan of dancing, and then I was looking for a group where I could really dance again. And matanda na kasi ako noon during that time. I was like in my early 20s. Early 20s. Sabi na, I was my early 20s during those times, and very late na ako na nahilig din mag-join ng mga conventions, and then ano yung feeling. So
Mm-mm.
after gusto kong sumali ulit ng mga dance, kasi 'di ba, like mix before, like sorry sorry ng Super Junior, or yung
Mm-mm.
EXO na yung Wolf, parang kaya ko din sumayaw ng ganun. Parang ako dancer din, and then Taeyang pa, a wedding dress. Like,
Fuck.
wedding dress. So, baby, o, di ba? Tapos, ringa-linga, di ba? Mga ganun. Tapos, I snow slips. But anyways, pero yun, in my fanboy feels before, is yun yung parang nagiging a part of me that I'm really proud of, being a K-pop fanboy. And before, grabe talaga discrimination, especially with fanboy.
Ito.
Kasi, the stereotype when, before, like, yucks, ew, K-pop, ano yan? Bading, or it's too,
Negative.
yeah, it's really derogatory how they label K-pop as
Yeah.
something, or describe K-pop as something as very girly, or for gays,
Yeah.
which is really something that I'm really
Stupid. Sarap.
stupid and offended, really offended. And that's one thing that I said, no, I'm a fanboy, and I'm proud fanboy. If they're gonna ask me why I like K-pop, something that I don't understand, I'm gonna return the question. You listen to Mexican or Latin songs, but you still love
True.
it. So it's something that that's a good topic in March. Actually, magandang pag-usapan natin 'yan. Group session, mga K-pop, mga Orbit. So Orbit Davao, baka naman gusto niyo sumali sa podcast namin in March. We're gonna have
Oh,
like an
Jude.
Orbit Day, 'di ba? Orbit Day. Actually, we could also have like
You can
yan.
suggest the group
Oh,
name.
we can suggest. Meron kasi dito yung parang this is one of the features of StreamYard. Thank you so much StreamYard for sponsoring this show. Yung StreamYard na pwede tayo mag-react ng video within the video. So parang ganun.
Mm,
So pero something na hindi naman natin gagawin kasi alam mo na, I'm gonna
yeah.
repost this on YouTube, and I'm gonna be hit by copyright. Pero tignan na lang natin. But in the
Yeah.
future, we're gonna have like reaction videos of Luna, and let's Stan Luna talaga.
Yeah,
Pero bakit nag-date
poster.
tayo? Yeah, poster talaga. So, baka naman, mga Orbit Double, may mga gusto kayong ibigay dyan, gusto yung i-share sa amin, blessings, aking i-showcase yan, you have business, pwede nyo i-comment down below. Parang ganun pala. So, ito, Romina, I've known Romina or Bianca, ayun, going back to the story, I've known her through this convention, and it's really funny, kasi ikaw ata yung last member, hindi, second to the last member
No.
ka ng,
Oo, pang
second to the last
second
member,
or third. O, Nadia.
ang last member nyo was si
JD.
Manel.
Ay,
Hindi si
JD.
JD. Oh, ang mock
JD.
name nyo, si
Hi,
JD.
JD.
Hi, JD. Hi, JD against Shan.
Manonood ka man.
Oh, manonood talaga sila kasi i-share ko sa Renz, si Merinel, si Catherine. The first member I saw was Merinel. Merinel was like OG looking for members din kasi she was
Yeah.
also from a entertainment here in Davao City. Parang may mga entertainment tayo dito before na parang, wow, uy, ka ng entertainment. Uy, siyang entertainment ka. Siyang entertainment ka. Tapos like managers, and then Marinel, funny was I saw her in People's Park. Yun yung haven ng mga K-pop dancers before, like very like
Yeah.
alam mo yun, grabe
Dagan
like
kay ga practice diya.
like
Pati
low
Freedom Park.
key. Freedom Park, alam mo yung parang grabe talaga na parang anywhere, pero mas sikat talaga like before, like when it was still allowed to have like speakers before, like small speakers
Yeah.
dun sa People's Park, like anywhere makakita ka ng Wolf 88, makakita ka na like K-popers, like K-pop look, like very mga
Mm.
Chinchansu boys tawag namin. Yung shout out sa mga Chinchansu boys na
Vincenzo Boy.
nag-glow up na ngayon, like
Pak.
glow up like diamonds. Pero yeah, grabe, really really beautiful, really beautiful experience. And I saw Marinel. I asked her, you shout out to Luna. This I'm playing Why Not instrumental, times to lang natin baka or hindi naman siguro hindi naman siguro ma-hit ng ano. Try lang natin. Baka matakot kasi ako baka hindi na ma-play tong video. Parang weird, parang kulto na. Yan, copyright. Yan. Anyways, yeah, going back, yun na, Marinel, first member, and then next was, I think it was Catherine, and then Catherine also met Renz. So yun yung first three, and then after three, I think it was Manel, and then ikaw, and then, tama ba? Ilan daw kay
JD.
7? JD. So tama, ilan ba? 7, di ba? 7 kayo. Marinel, si ano pa, si Gia. Gia was the third one. First
Gia.
was Gia. First was Marinel, second was Gia. Gia met classmates with Catherine. Catherine de la Cruz,
Renz.
also friends with Renz. Meron pa sana yung isang classmate, si Trisha, sana yung kasama ni yung as sixth member sana ng ng BT7, na busy daw siya and very hindi pa siya confident before. And then next was ikaw, and then after you, yun na si JD was the last member kay it was supposed to be V or Vanessa Kongmon. Shout out pala, congratulations V sa inyong baby. Bang 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 ha, Big Bang dapat ang music at saka Luna lang. Maging Luna baby yan siya. At saka Big Bang baby. Big
Start
baby.
them young.
Start them young. Actually ako, when me and my partner, nag-discuss na kami ng mga pangalan. Sabi ko, firstborn natin, Naruto, Deku, lahat ng first names ng mga recent na mga bida.
Toby, cute. Toby for Obito.
Hindi, ano talaga, yung mga bida. Kasi when they grow up, alam mo yung when we talk about life, like future life, sabi ko, isipin mo, pag ang anak natin, mag-introduce yan siya, konbawa, Ohayo gozaimasu, watashi wa Naruto desu. Naruto, sabi niya, yaks, bakit ka pangat And then, i-google ng mga classmates niya, oh my God, sikat pala yung si Naruto, di ba? Parang, I got my name from a very sikat na bida, like hero talaga yan siya, di ba? Hero natin yun lahat. Naruto. Ninetales, or San Goku, di ba? Kaganda ng pangalan. If you're gonna think of some names, alam mo hindi talaga siya mapahiya. Kaysa bigyan mo siya pangalan ng, tawagin ko siyang the third, Joselito the third, di ba? Parang, Although I'm proud with my name, pero mas maganda, 'di ba? So here's
Iba.
so yun lang, long story short pala, doon kami nag-meet ni JD. After JD ni Bianca Romina Jison. Fast forward, nag-audition sila, hindi nag-audition, ano tawag
Practice.
niyan? Aside sa practice, ano tawag niyan? Yung before ka mapasok sa roster, sa list,
Eliminations.
nag-eliminations. SM
SM
yun,
Bacolod.
debut yun mga guys ha, BT7, follow pala yung page,
Nene.
nandyan pala yung page nila, and then hindi na ako admin doon kasi first account yung admin doon. Thank you Facebook. Anyways, eliminations pa lang, kayong last, di ba? Kayong last nag-perform sa eliminations,
Murag, oh.
o kayong last doon, so syempre lahat ng tao, kisa man na sila, uy. Tapos, pag pag patugtog ng dope, fat boy, alam mo yung proud adjushi, nandun pa ako sa sinehan yun, so hindi ko na mention kasama ko doon, pero wag mo na di-mention sino kasama ko doon, kung ma-remember mo yun, di ba? Iniwan ko sa sinihan, kasi sabi ko, uy, kayo na, tumakbo talaga from the movie, tapos pumunta ako, yeah, seriously, yun yung reason din hindi kami nag-work, kasi I chose BT7 over, kasi mas gusto ko yung fanboy na mode, kesa, di ba, parang, what if kung meron akong partner during that time, di ba, parang, how could I, look after, tas hindi siya masyado K-pop fan, so, di ba, parang, hindi, we don't have a common interest.
Compatible.
O parang, alam mo yun, what are we gonna talk about? Parang, anong gusto mo? Tapos, for example, ako nag-squill na ako dito. Oh my God! Chu! Mabuang na ako kay Chu can do it. I'm like, di ba? Pero yun, di ba? Anong topic nyo? Wala kayong pag-usapan? Or sige, sabihin mo na you have everything. Like, maganda ka, or maganda ka, mayaman ka, you have everything in the world. Pero, anong common interest? So, pag-usapan nyo. Di ba? Parang, life is, it's so dull. Parang anong una yung pag-usapan, nakaganda mo, tapos what if oh my God, we're gonna talk about makeup. Parang, di ba? Parang, yun na. Parang, yung shoutout pala sa aking partner, Honey, yan. NCT Zen, yan siya, NCT Zen. Ginabash ko yan before yung NCT. Pero since partner ko siya, so nag-research ako about NCT, and then naging fan din ako ng NCT. Actually, hindi talaga fan ng NCT. I really hated their fashion. Sa Seventh Sense. Nakita mo yung buhok ni Mark Lee. Ay, yung fashion ni Taeyong. Taeyong was really... Stop, baby, don't stop. Kato, like, very experimental fashion nila. Pero, they could pull it off. Pero, yung yung black on black, yung parang cherry bomb, parang, oh my God, bop na sila, boss. Tapos, yung nagtigwang sa, pero yung NCT Dream, like, my God, sa matong chewing gum nila, my God. Yun worst for me if I'm gonna rate their debut, yun siguro worst na parang pero ganun dapat yung project, parang papangitin ka man sa debut mo para pag magtanda ka, glow up talaga ba, upgrade ba ka ng glow up. Pero yun po naging after yun eliminations, they got in a lot of people were kinsa to sila, and then I named it BT7 kasi Beautiful 7, BT7 sounds like BTS. The Beautiful 7, BT7. Kaya naman yung BTS ato before or kung sa pa to, may other name na nakuha na yung gusto ko. So, mayroon pa tayong cockroach, flying cockroach, diba? Remember mo yun, nag-isip tayo ng mga pangalan or it was Merinel and si Gia before na, ito pangalan natin. And then sabi ko, no. Gandahan natin to, PR. So, pangalan nila BT7, it means beautiful 7, the beautiful 7. T could mean a lot of adjectives. It could be terrifying when it comes to dancing, very tremendous ang ilang effort, di ba? T, BT7, tapos 7s. So, beautiful 7 may kabok. Okay, 7 naman po sila kabok, very witty. So you can check them out na sa yung kanilang their dance. Nandun pa, you should also be proud. Kabalo ka katong wala pa tay tripod before. Think of it parang wala pa tayong mga wait lang.
Bugat ba yung cam?
Bugat ba ito to? Tapos usahay ba ka ng mulan dito mga memories that we could reminisce in the future. Pero yeah, that's how we met. 5th KCON champion junior category po, BT7 was up. You dance dope, di ba? Dope yung sinayaw nyo.
Then yung
dope. intro. Like, my God, kita yung intro pa lang, wala na para, low-key hindi ako pwede magsigaw kasi ako nag-video. Alam mo yung nag-squeal ako deep inside, parang fanboy, parang very proud, parang, just she parang, pero sabi ko, oh my God, I'm so proud. Parang, kasi I was also managing YGFM, one of the organizers din ng YGFM or YG Family Mindanao. Pero, syempre, BT7, so syempre, parang, oh, ano kailangan nyo? Dapat maganda talaga ano nyo? Prepared na ba kayo? Mga things. And yun talaga yung something na a huge part of me, parang yun talaga fanboy feels. Yung nanalo talaga sila with BT7. No one really expected you from, 'di ba, parang grabe gid yung mga kalaban nyo. Sino yung mga kalaban nyo? Black Army. Yun, Black Army pa lang, parang crowd favorite, parang parang opa. Ito, shout out pala sa Black Army and then sa lahat ng mga Army Davao, Army BTS Davao. Huge shout out talaga. Grabe. Hindi pa masyado ganun kalaki yung community ng Army BTS Davao during your 5K con kasi parang ano pa talaga yun. It's YGSM stand pa lang before and then Army parang nag-propel pa lang sila. But 6K con, the last K-con dito sa Davao City. My God. Sino nakalaban yung Encore? Parang yun yung parang OG na we look up to them and then nasa isa kayong category parang God, tas you dance the same song. 'Di ba? You dance the same song na parang ako po.
May intro lang kami, mga
May intro lang kayo. Ilang seconds and then ang maganda din costume yun. Maganda yung costume yun. And then parang huge props pa rin sa mga friends natin sa Encore. It was up until now, both of you are winners para sa akin. Pero syempre, we have judges na ano. Pero maka-proud talaga, di ba? Just performing, parang secondary na lang yung secondary na yung for winning. But anyways, our time, it's 2 minutes past, sabihin ko sa 7, 2 minutes past 10. We're just gonna have a short water break. And after a minute or two, we're gonna have the hard-hitting questions. So, you're still here with me, your boy AB, and my girl here on my, left? Right? Right? Nasa right. On my right, Romina. So, don't go anywhere. Keep on sharing this live stream, guys. And also, you can invite your friends to watch this as well. So, later on, paiyakin natin si Bianca. And Mark, ready na ka, Mark, ha? I'm gonna ask certain questions. So, BRB, guys. So, you're still episode 7 of Life Talk with AB. Hey, what's up, guys? Our time is already 7 minutes past 11 or 10 rather. So this is your boy AB, and here with me on my right is still the very beautiful and very awesome TikTokerist and danceristic friend of mine, um, Bianca or Romina. So yan. So si Romina, earlier we've been talking about herself. Yun actually mga ano din mga side bit may mga ano
Chika-chika.
din kaya chika-chika lang. So ganun na talaga. Life talk is about catching up. Ito yung mga something na alam mo yung Bianca na or kabila ka na Biancs na the first question was when was the last time we ever had a conversation like this, 'di
Yeah.
ba? When was the last time we ever even talk about life? Na 'di ba? Before is about dancing, about practice, about sayaw, uy, adto kag sayaw. Pero that's only a portion of it. Pero we never even like ask those questions na kamusta ka? Like,
Yeah.
kamusta ka sa pandemic? Number like, these are the things that I learned from even from watching vlogs or podcasts. You'd shout out pala sa Becoming Triggerless of Miss Sarah Suyom. You'd shout out to you, Sarah. Very inspiring. Livni Fortuna, like unscripted with Livni. Grabe jud. Sila jud. I really thought always ko talaga ito I'm really proud of really sharing it to others. Like alam mo yung mga simple candy mag because I myself is a fan of candy magazines like Meg like alam mo yung mga magazines na
Feel good magazine.
feel good magazines like or not your usual
Yeah.
male magazine kung sabihin pa natin kung sa macho society pa parang it's kumbaga they consider something very feminine.
Yeah.
Kaya ako I myself learned a lot about how people or different demographics act,
True.
especially the young females or the young individuals, the young adults sa ating generation na pausa day ta maguna-una ngano kaya ni. So those stories dili man gud na siya ka ng mga theories that we have studied all throughout our existence, and those stories are something na you can't really take away from people because those are
Yeah.
life stories, and those are the things that I really want to talk about life itself. Like kaya I came up with the name dati nga may inisip ko ano kay magandang pangalan ng aking ng aking podcast, Litok, kasi I'm host sa Litok no, parang corny marag iyo. Sabi ko, ano kayo maganda? Very witty dapat ang pangalan. So, Hoselitok. So, nag-search pa ako, Hoselitok. Tapos yung, parang sabi ko, parang, it's very corny. And then, it's parang wala siyang dating. And then, sabi ko, ano kayo maganda? Sabi ko, how about life talk with AB? So, sabi ko,
Yeah.
AB is something that, it's not normal. Kasi AB, I'm an abnormal. Kumbaga ganun, it's, something na derogatory or something na people would look at na it's not normal because it's abnormal. We all have our abnormalities. Kumbaga, alam mo yung sa life natin, it's it's good to be unique.
Mm-mm.
Na sometimes we look at the abnormalities as something very um tawag niyan, we only look at it as a very negative sa
Yeah.
negative connotation na parang sometimes we disregard yun, as Libni shared with me sa when I told her I'm scared for tonight's show. Sabi niya it's okay to be scared. Or same
True.
yung always ko talaga na ulit-ulit sa mga episodes ko, yung Inside Out. 'Di ba we always consider the other emotions na 'di ba nandiyan si ano, ito nagbi-build up na tayo
Joy.
sa second part. Nandiyan si Joy. Si Joy was so selfish of just having that emotion na dapat ako lang. Kapangit naman ng life na puro ano may
Yeah.
malungkot na may magalit ka. Dapat everybody happy lang. Which is something na very toxic din. Na alam mo yung parang
Toxic positivity.
toxic positivity. Yan talaga yung first question ko kinalib ni coach nila Sarah na they also shared something about it na it's okay to really to understand pero you should also um look at this situation kasi situational din yan siya na parang it's normal for that individual kasi hindi siya learned or hindi siya educated about that certain spectrum or that certain field of psychology kasi that's kung very technical side pa or technical aspects of life, a normal person would not really take that as something very technical. He will take
True.
it as very literal as it is na parang sorry good na malipayon lang ko nga tao. And that's the reason why we really have to talk about life itself and we really have to
True.
talk about it in a very sensible conversational, something that a lot of people would really understand. Pero kumbaga, I leave it to that expert. Ganyan. In the future, hopefully, malay natin may yan, si ano dito, si Romina RPM, di ba? Na she's also going to share about bakit kaya may mga ganyan anong yung statistical data ko sabi based sa Spearman Raw na
Oh my
data or
God,
na table
flashbacks.
mga ganyan na, di ba? Akala mo shoutout kay Ma'am Gina ng Social Sciences, Dean
OMG.
Doc Gina. And thank you so much for also si Miss O. Yan po si Haji
Doc
Balhadja
O.
yan. Grabe talaga we had a lot of discussions before and then sila talaga yung mga I look up to when it comes to the field of
Nag-minor
psychology.
ka?
Hindi yung basta may mga friends lang ako sa psychology. That's may mga friends ako sa psychology sa Ateneo before
Oh,
and very close
okay.
ako sa kanila. And huge shout out pala sa aking best friend din pala na si guidance counselor Beefy
Oh,
Ann Racoma Saravia yan. Shout out to you, Beefy. My best friend is actually a graduate of the same course psychology in the same school. Yan, and she's currently
guidance
guidance
counselor.
counselor in one school.
Oh.
Hindi ko i-mention kasi hindi naman to sponsor, di ba? Hindi, joke lang. pero, pero hindi naman to sponsored. Biased lang ako sa school ko before. But
Uh,
going back, yun talaga, we really have to talk. Yun, sa kanya ko din na-realize kasi when I had my dark times, we all have our dark times. We all have our downs, mga downtime kumbaga. Kumbaga may time talaga na it's normal na parang we really have to feel the pain. Kasi it's not
we're
every day.
human.
Oh, we're human. We have abnormalities. Kaya doon ako isip ko, life talk with AB. What is AB? AB is Ash Bulldog. AB could be saying the abnormalities of life. Yun yung gusto kong pag-usapan. Ayoko yung parang the perfection of life na parang let's leave it to the technicalities of the theories. Kumbaga hindi yun yung pinunta ko dito. Gusto ko makipag-usap ng sa kapwa ko tao, life life of a life. Hindi ko naman pag-usapan na bakit ka ganyan yung genetic mutation naman yan. Parang
No.
hello, let's leave it to the TED Talks. Pero ito, this is life talk. Sure, life talk with AB. Yun na po yung meaning niya. Pero going back, we're just warming up about sa ating mga life questions. Pero yun diba na parang we always have this thought na bakit kailangan natin happy lang or bakit kailangan natin na pag-usapan ang buhay. Kasi ito yung mga things na I've learned during the whole pandemic
Yeah.
period up until now na parang alam mo yun, it's normal to talk for example, you and your partner, di ba? Ay, shout out sa yung partner, sana naman kay Mark na, di ba? Na sometimes we forgot the conversation. We forgot about the communication. The communication is something that it's sometimes lacking or in other experiences that I've read and I've listened to, sometimes hindi na disregard as time flies. Kasi na naging comfortable tayo.
Yeah.
Na we disregard the very important aspect or formula ng every healthy relationship.
Even
It's the
friendships.
even friendships, 'di ba? The relationship, it's the core of any relationship. It may be non-verbal or verbal. It could be any forms of communications. Yun nga, parang simple heart na, uy, nagparamdam lagi sa aking Instagram or sa TikTok or sabihin natin, hala, nag-check lagi siya sa akin ng My Day, nag-comment siya sa aking My Day, and that will make your day. That will make your, um, that will
Bet.
complete my day. Parang ganun. So, yun yung reason minsan na I never find it na, before, I really find it really toxic na parang everyday, ay, sige na po TikTok, ay, nag-TikTok na po siya. And then, throughout this whole pandemic, na-realize ko na, why would I take away their happiness or something that makes them complete for that day? Kumbaga,
Kanya-kanyang
sino ako?
sagot.
Kanya-kanyang buhay. Pero sabi ko na, kanya-kanyang buhay. Pero kung sabihin natin, very na malicious, yun na yun. Parang,
Yeah.
uy, distance lang ako
Red
or
flag. Yeah.
since friend ako or I know that person na, uy, baka delikado yan or something, be careful na or kamusta ka na? So, the very first question sometimes is really scary, yung kamusta ka? Kasi parang it's a blow in your head na parang, oh nga no, kamusta ako? So that's why I always ask my first killer question is that, kamusta tayo ngayon? Parang, how are you? Parang, yun yung something na would really make you think na parang, it's the empathy rather than the sympathy na nakakalimutan ng mga tao ngayon because of we live our own lives or the fear of COVID itself. Minsan na
We cannot
nakakalimutan natin na,
control.
oh, we have friends, we have people na we could randomly say hi. Kung hindi siya mag-reply, edi another friend. Parang ganun, good na we have certain friends. Pero sometimes the absence will make us miss them
Stronger.
more. That was
Yeah.
stronger. Right? Sana all absent. So shout out sa mga teachers ko. Pero yun, first question, akala mo makatakas ka na. So, yun lang. Gusto ko lang i-ask yung mga ganong question. Because those are the things that I'm really interested about. And now, we're gonna talk about your deeper life. Na you could answer, you could skip you could just simply pass. I have a series of questions about life. So my first question would be, what was the most unforgettable moment during the whole pandemic that you could really say that it made a huge mark in your life during the whole pandemic?
Hmm.
'Di ba? Oh, 'di ba? Akala mo mga simple
Hmm.
questions lang. Pero yeah, again,
But
I'm going to ask you the
ano,
question.
mm,
What was the most unforgettable moment in your life during the whole pandemic that really made a huge parang turning point talaga siya ng life mo na parang, my God, yung nakasabi ka talaga na, oh my G,
yeah.
oh, na,
It's not really, I cannot really tell if it's unforgettable, but I can say that it's also one of the highlights na parang I take it as a lesson and still working from it. Siguro yung pressure from looking for a job because I'm a registered psychometrician and I took the exam in 2019, October. Then we've got our license in January 19, 2020, o taking. Then February, doon na talaga ako nag-start na, job hunting, valid ID, processing, ganyan, ganyan. Then I
NBI
was,
and all those
gosh. And
things.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna find a job since 2020. Then pandemic happened. It's very hard, to land a job during pandemic. It's even hard pre-COVID, but it's even harder in pandemic because we have a lockdown and yeah, I've tried online jobs and I've tried looking for online jobs and it's very hard because like madami sa age range ko like pag-graduate graduating and just graduated and they want to earn money because pandemic really affected us, not just mentally and physically but also financially.
Like the economics
Yeah,
talaga ng ano ng
yeah. Then,
aspect ng life.
my pressure, even though that, my mom or my parents always tell me that I'm still young, that, nasa 20s ka pa, but me, I
O
have
nasa
this,
20s pa tayo.
I have I have this anxiety na dapat I need to figure out and pang pressure lahat ba like pang forward lahat pang it's always going forward and I'm not like looking at the present like kanang
Parang
kunya
you're in this how do you call this? You're just limbo, kumbaga this
yeah
certain limbo in na no,
mo
I really have to enjoy my this certain limbo I am in. Kasi kung I put pressure too much on
burnout.
myself, o burnout ka talaga. So
So
how did you cope? How did you manage that
um
anxiety? Because it's really difficult talaga na parang alam mo yun na um
unemployment and all.
unemployment, what I'm gonna feed to my mom, how would I pay the bills? Kumbaga, for example, sa mga tulad namin na, how would I pay the bills? How would I even start um, feeding myself, mga ganun, or yung luho ko,
Yeah.
kumbaga, mga ganyan. Or yun yun, the fundamentals or the social services that we really need, like house, food, electricity, utilities, internet nyo ngayon is part of the social services
Yeah.
na. Pero how did you manage? How did you cope up? I'm really interested. How
Um
did you manage that?
Siguro I talk with my support system, my friends, like, and I've had friends also that also feels the same that they want to find a job but it's very difficult. So we somehow, assure each other. And there was a time that I've had like like a panic attack. Then that was during it was like first week. Me and Mark was talking like like talking stage pa then timing he was awake. So I told him parang lakas ang heartbeat and I can't
Yeah,
breathe.
usually when
The
that um
mm, so
normally yung paspas yun ng heartbeat ana.
di ka kahinga anak good. So yeah, I told him about that. Then he called me then so tuloy lang I then I've had a hard time sleeping after we talk. Like, I tried to sleep like
Mm-hmm.
and all then I slept but I woke up around 5 a.m. then sleep. So it was like hindi kompleto ang sleep ko nun. So I've told my mom so because isod pod like ako una ko tanan ba.
Yeah,
That's
like
also my
it would really ano talaga explode sometimes, and then especially when you don't know how to deal with it, or how you manage, or how you control it at some point, it's really
yeah
difficult. Kumbaga,
yeah
you wanted to project yourself as something strong, someone very, 'di ba? It's um
magyapon weakest points.
the weakest was the abnormalities, kung sa akin pa how I view it na something that I'm also afraid of. Kay kung perfect ra pud kay ko, perfect ba?
Mm.
Perfect. I mean, pero it's really something strange
Kaniyag
na parang ay pwede nang mamatay kasi perfect naman ako, parang wala na akong gustong gawin, pero I still want to explore
nagatopic
more
na.
about life, 'di ba? Na
Yeah.
yun talaga yung the anxiety sometimes na random sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the day or middle of the night, parang, ano ko na, magtrabaho pa ba ako, or
Yeah.
kailangan ko pa ba magtrabaho? Pwede naman siguro ako magkain lang. Kailangan ko bang kumain?
May
The
tag-heart
random questions, or the questions that would lead to another question, and then it's something that would really if you will
yeah.
not talk about it, or you will not
It
deal
gets
with it,
heavier.
yun din talaga yung so something that I learned from my peers as well, from Coach Avon, Coach John, Coach Christopher, Isabel, and Arveline, and Coach EJ, from from financial kasi sa financial side ko is how could I manage my finances, yun. So I asked them, how did you manage yourself? So I asked assistants. So malaking tulong din yun sa akin. And then sa aspect naman ng life ko, that's the time that I try to talk with my partner as well. Usually may mga ano din ako,
Mm.
may questions ako na mingawa uy ka ng, especially COVID, that you had a lot of plans na parang, kasi
Na-delay.
I just had a very unfortunate, ay hindi naman unfortunate, kumbaga, our relationship now is something new. So kumbaga nag-restart ako ulit. So alam mo you wanted to parang you enjoy more kasi I'm not getting any younger. She's not getting any younger. We're not even sure of what the future holds. Parang ganun lalo na yung pandemic. So lalo ka nagiging anxious ka or nagiging
Yeah.
depressed ka at some point na parang um gusto mo pumunta doon but you're restricted. Gusto mong i-try maggala with friends pero the policies and protocols would not allow us. Parang it would add and add and add and add. Tendency niyan, yun mag-burnout tayo, and then minsan pa it would result to ano pa 'di ba? We would feel very angry to our against ourselves na parang ano man ni uy marag i-blame nato atong self, or sometimes sobra nato ka suko i-blame natong others. Kung sa
Mm-mm.
partners pa to usahay, yun yung delikado. Na parang, ba't ako? Ano kasalanan ko? And then, di ba, na lalo na pag if they really don't know how to deal with people, especially us na we have this very sensitive side. Ako, I could really say I have, yun, as I mentioned, I have um, psychological traumas na up until now would really trigger, especially makarinig ako ng certain songs or specific songs that would really, bigla lang flashback na naman. But I try to cope with it. So that's really nice. That's really nice. At least you have the support system that you mentioned, and Mark,
And
yung friend,
I I
'di
seek
ba?
help,
Like
professional
how
help,
professional help
therapist. Like I have a therapist,
up
but
until now.
yeah, pang my doctor, she just tell me na if anything comes up after my panic attack, if a panic attack pa ako or like it's very triggering na it's very severe, just call
Mm-mm.
me in Messenger or just chat me if you want another session. So yeah, no, video chat lang kasi yung clinic niya parang hindi siya masyado nagapunta doon kasi delikado
But there's a
and hasulan din siya. So okay lang man ang like virtual
virtual
na
conference.
session. Oo. Then
Parang ganito.
oo.
Actually, ito din yung ito din yung thought ko before na parang kasi before I wanted to be a streamer, like a gamer streamer, 'di ba? Gamer streamer, parang gusto kong I want to enjoy playing the game while I have supporters or people would be watching me. Pero I just want them to see my game. Ayoko ipakita itsura ko before kasi I have this, alam mo yun, yung self-esteem ko din before na parang kataba-taba ko na or parang ganun. Alam mo yun, yung happy ako kung ano ako kasi I love eating or ganun. Or buhay ko to. Pero may time pa rin minsan na parang when I look at my
Insecurity.
jackets, hindi na magkasya or mag-bulge yung aking bilbil. Parang alam mo yung sometimes na parang I wanna work out. I wanna be healthy. Pero sabi ko, I would not do it kasi gusto ko lang na i-love ako ng tao. Pero na-feel ko din sa self ko na parang hindi ako happy. So sabi ko, I want to make myself happy din. So yun, nag-self-work ako. Meron akong nag-lemon juice na ako, ganyan. I stray away from,
Junk
from
foods.
junk foods talaga na very very
Nice.
unhealthy din. Sleep, ganun. Like dancing, kaya yung watch out sa March, hello TikTok. Hindi, charot. Hello dance cover videos, pero yun din some exercises na would really make me happy kasi din a part of me really wanted to do those. So thank you, maganda yung maganda, that's a good start. So if ever you have 1 billion pesos right now, like 1 billion pesos, how would you spend it
1 billion
for a day lang? If you're gonna
for a
spend
day.
it for a day, ganyan lang. If you're gonna spend it for a day, how would you spend it?
Siguro,
No
ano,
holds barred. It's up to you. How would you spend it? Pera mo yun.
siguro invest, like, invest, then pag magka-opportunity, invest, then, business and all. Then, Travel eh, kung pwede na maka-travel na.
One day, you have no restrictions. Like, one day yan, pwede mo bilhin ang tao. Pero 1 billion pesos lang.
Ang
Kaya 1 billion pesos. Yun yung sabi ko na, it's up to you. And then, what else?
yeah, travel, then,
Where
with
would you travel? Where do you want to travel? 24 hours lang yan.
mm,
Huwag ka mag-ano. Pero realistic pa rin. Hindi pwede yung ano na mag-travel
oh,
ka. Isipin mo, papunta California, 16 hours. So, ilan na lang iwan sa oras? 8 hours na lang. So, how would you spend it?
local, like Baguio, Batanes, the local sites that are beautiful, like Siargao, yung mga
Yeah, sure,
unwind
go.
ba, or like maybe trekking with
No
friends,
trekking. Yeah, that's really nice. Hmm. Pero,
camping and all.
1 billion pesos.
1 billion
Isipin mo
pesos.
1 billion pesos, di ba? Pero, it's up to you. Sabihin mo, isipin mo, yun na ba yun? That's all? That's everything? Ba, naggasto mo na yung 1 billion pesos mo. You can't return or you can't, just, parang if you're gonna spend it, parang splurge mo dyan siya whole day. How would you
Ah,
spend it?
buy my own house. Fuck.
Oh, ano din, no? Like,
Independence.
ay, uy, kumbaga, you work hard for it and then you deserve to use it. Na parang ganun. Yun din yung na-learn ko. Just like what my brother said din. Do what makes you happy. Yun din talaga. Kasi my brother owns like toy collection, mga toy collection because we growing up very ano din kami, very hindi man deprived. We're not really putting a blame on our parents as well. Pero those things na we just see sometimes sa mall, 'di ba trucks sometimes yung
Mm.
makakita tayo ng mga for example PlayStation, we just borrow it from our cousin or makilaro kami or we just rent out sa mga computer shops ganun or um, things that we could not buy before. Na now we're working, na something na okay, diba sabi ko, hello, I'm gonna buy all the albums of Luna, like hello Stan Luna. Para kumbaga why 'di ba why would people tell me na bakit
Shoutout po,
nag-collect,
Luna
'di ba?
album. Yes.
But kumpleto mo, 'di ba? 'Di ba
Yung
kainis
Midnight.
ka?
Midnight
Yung
lang man. Si Jan tong daghag album.
gani, 'di ba? O diyan, baka naman ayaw mo na or feel mo kailangan mo din ng pera. May nag-post kanina, actually bilhin ko na yung album niya, yung tag 300 pesos. Sabi ko, oh, go na, go na. Sabi niya, paano ba to, how's the shipping? Sabi niya, COD daw. Sabi ko, hindi, bayaran ko na pati shipping. Sabi niya, wag daw COD.
Taga
Hindi, hindi,
Davao.
hindi, taga MM, sabi ko,
Ah.
Mintal, sabi ko, Matina, Mintal? sabi, Metro Manila, sabi ko, MM. So yeah,
Mm.
do what makes you happy. Kumbaga, if people is happy just staring at their albums, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
maka-happy. Pero magbili ako. Gusto ko yung wall na CD
Ah,
player. Gusto ko
gusto ako
mabili
po
nun. Or yung parang player na parang, ano yung parang,
Bluetooth speaker.
yung tapos player, yung
Oo.
nag-play lang. Gusto ko yun.
Shopee.
Shopee, no? Let me know, ha?
Oo.
Magbili tayo. Kasi gusto ko tanong, mag-play ako dito. Parang,
1K
ayaw ko,
ata?
1K lang? Sure.
Oo. So, noo.
Sabi ko, wow, 1K lang. Pero kamahal, parang, yes. Pero we have YouTube, pero iba din talaga yun. Kasi syempre, para magamit mo yung CDs mo, di ba? Ayaw
Yeah.
ko din sa laptop. Kasi minsan wala silang CD player na yung mga bagong laptops.
Yeah.
Pero yeah. Next question. So, yun na, splurge lang ka dito sa, sa tawag nito. You're just gonna splurge it here in the Philippines, and yeah, investment house, that's really good. You mentioned about business. You mentioned about business. What kind of business do you have in mind,
Hmm.
and why that kind of business?
I haven't really thought about it, but DC is a financial advisor, insurance agent. So if you
That's
want,
good.
baka naman yun.
So sa
D-
mga ano dyan, PM lang
Lorente
si
DC.
nandiyan
DC
sa comment
Lorente.
section. Oh, thank you so much. Nag-send pa ng 20 stars. Alam mo yung 20 stars mo, Trax? Half lang yan. Tapos after a month ko pa yung makuha. So mga 10 pesos yan. I-Gcash mo
Oh.
na diretso. Just kidding aside. But yeah, do what makes you happy. Parang, ba't nag-ulan? Pero gusto ko lang yung relaxing na sound. Pero yeah, going back,
Business.
business. What
Yeah.
kind of business?
Um,
You have a 1 billion pesos.
napag-usapan na namin ni DC dati na pamabalikan na in the future ba, if may chance na magka-business. Siguro, yung sikat masyado, food or like,
Yeah.
um, ano sa man, uh, And also, my dad is, malapit na siya mag-retire. So, he's also thinking about, business na dito
Business
sa
naman.
Davao.
Yeah,
Kasi
yeah, yeah.
mag-apply naman siya na mag-work, ganyan. And,
Apo yun.
pero
Sometimes
if
draining.
1 billion, siguro yeah, food house, siguro like a
O
coffee
isipin mo,
shop,
nakabili ka na ng bahay at saka meron ka na ng 1 billion yan na. Isipin mo 1 billion.
siguro
Ilang ilang zero pa yan? 1 billion. Kung minus ko 1 million, 999 million pa. So magkano ang bahay, house and lot,
wow.
'di ba?
Ay,
Parang
mas gusto ko
kalaki.
yan, simple lang. My definition of successful, but
Sige na.
if people like luxury living, okay, but I'm not really fan of it. Like, okay, makaingon ko, datuwa, uy, makaanak ko, like, okay, pa, kana, good, sana
Makaon
all.
ko ano, no?
O, kanang, ala, uy, mo, balay naman na mo na yung CR, kaya nga na, good na mga
Oo,
comment.
actually kana po yun ulo mo tamak diri uy tas imong medyas ba no kanang invite ka sa classmates nimo mo. Uy, let's eat at our house tas pag check nimo imong medyas mo, shit, buslot pa jud ako medyas soon. Nor ka na you have you
Oh,
have you have a problem with your feet. Sometimes you have like stinky feet
mm.
kay syempre nagasayo ta. Dili ba malikaya usahay kung walay milk ko. Shout out sa milk ko baka naman. Pero di ba
So,
sometimes kasi di ba magsayaw tayo or di ba mag-attend tayo mag-ilis ta, di ba
mm,
mag-change outfit ta.
yeah.
Usay ka ng singot
Hygiene,
ta,
okay, good.
hygiene, kanang usay di naman dyan di mo malikaya na singtanon ka or kanang ako I
Ako,
myself,
hintanon ko.
ako like naga-dance practice me. Kulang jud ang tulo ka extra shirt.
Ay, nga nakakasing taon ako, okay na sa kuha ang isa ka t-shirt, uy, basta magdala lang kog towel.
Eh di kilain mo pud ka kay dry fit sa una mo dili mo ko dry fit akong ginasuot.
Ah,
So do you know kanang very unsa ko very kanang maapektuhan pud ko ana ko si tanan mo usahay ka kanang mag-work pa jud mo kanang usahay
pull
mag
out, oo.
or kanang how do you when you touch bodies kanang mag-touch ang yung body mo singutan ni mo uy kanang ikaw ba ako maulo good ko kaya before even kanang igang kaayo naga-jacket ko kung mag-practice me kaya para lang jud i-absorb lang to mga sweat pero pag hubo ko na ako na ana jud like super pero grabe
Basta
jud
ako
ako
po,
ka singtanon
kang magpaliko gud ang buhok.
ay kasi mo anak na long hair pa jud ko sa una man nagakapod
Oo.
ko sa una kay para
Ah,
ang kapod na ko is kanang dry fit pod. Shout out Uniqlo.
hmm,
Thank you so much for sponsoring this. Actually, Uniqlo ni tanan, Uniqlo. Except the cap, yung
wow.
ukay na. Pero hindi sila nag-sponsor. Uniqlo, ilang times na ako nagme-mention sa inyo. Baka naman. Ito, the whole episode, so usually may mga product placement na bila. But anyways,
Oo, baka naman,
yun
go.
talaga, very affected ako sa mga ganun na mga bagay. But yeah, that's a nice business. Anong business talaga? Parang food. What kind of food? You mentioned food kanina. Like a food business or something. Alam mo yun, di
Ano,
ba? Maganda din, gusto ko yan. Very interested ako if you're gonna have a startup business. What is it?
siguro, ang na-remember ko, pag-usapan na may Daisy is parang, siguro, remember lang ako ha, ang istorya na mo, if mabalikan, like, kanang, pwede may maging partners as business with my other, also like friends, kanang, ano lang, good, business partners, then, car wash, then ay kaunan
Yeah,
kilit,
that's
kanang,
that's really feasible.
nato na pagkaon ba?
I am telling
Oo.
you, that's a really nice, especially here in Davao City. That's something that not everyone, especially sa ating sa mga millennium people, they always see that as something na ew, parang something not that I'm discriminating, but a lot of people, 'di ba, sometimes when we talk about business something na parang gusto ko agad 'di ba millions. 'Di ba? Ano
Yeah.
may ganun? Ako, we
Not
share the
something
same
that.
vision na parang I always talk to my partner. Sabi ko, after we're gonna invest in a house this year, sabi ko sa labas ng bahay where gusto ko magkaroon ng kitchen ko or something na parang alam mo yung parang yung makita mo sa mga DIY na mga mini coffee shop and then
So,
yung pop-up cafes, yung mga pop-up cafes
yeah,
and then
nice good na. Bisag
alam mo
asa
anong gusto
mo,
kong car?
magdala
Alam
ng
mo
car.
alam mo anong gusto kong car?
Van?
Hindi van. Closer,
Ano?
closer. Bongo. Hindi si
Ooh.
Bongo. Shout out kay Senator Bongo. Asa sa office niya. Thank you so much for spot. Baka naman 10,000. Hindi, pero hindi si Bongo ha, pero ayan, shoutout pala
Yeah,
sa Vice
yeah, yeah,
Mayor.
yeah.
Basta Duterte, uy bye, kadang bike-bike na punta. And shoutout sa atong mayor here, Davao City, Mayor Inday Sara, and all of the security forces here sa Davao City, Task Force Davao, the PNP, Central 911 people, thank you kaayo. Pirmi jud na earlier na flat akong tire. Sila nagtudlos ako, flat imong tire. Okay, so yun. Yesterday, flat imong tire. So kung wala nila ko siya gitan, ako kabalo na flat na di ako tire. So yun, shoutout tayo sa 911. Grabe dyan sila dako tabang. So yeah, bongo. I really like bongo. Alam mo yung sa Korea, yung mahimo siya ka ng anang tusok-tusok ka ng isawan or ana. Kay localize man
Oh,
to, isawan or ana.
wow.
Na
Lamig
parang
na.
siya ka ng trailer truck-ish na mini burger. Shout out mini burger. Angel's Burger pa rin, number one.
Ano din, kung business kay napag-usapan po namo ni Mark, like me and Mark also have that,
Yee.
kanang passion, like ukay-ukay, kanang
Yes, promise you.
clothes, kay
Gusto mo
we
pakita,
both
kita,
love fashion.
kita mo yan. Oh.
Fashionista man si Mark po, so
Diba?
yeah.
Mark, kita ka ng
Oh,
mga jacket. Gusto ko pa-mind dia. Gusto ka kita sa collection dia. Daghan ba kayo na mga pang dancer ba ka na? What's up? What's up?
so, ko nice, oh.
Oo, kita.
Yeah,
Oo.
streetwear, gano'n,
Streetwear, Jude. Like, legit, Jude na. Like,
mga
majority,
aesthetics na mo, so,
super.
lang, dance
Huwag ka
lang
ng
na,
streetwear, no?
Oo.
4-5 man ata. 4-5, mga magaganda yan. Like, legit. Yung shoutout tracks, baka may mga ano ka, yung mga actually from Japan, 'di ba normally they have like bundles. Yun yung
Mm.
magandang ano. So that's a
Mga
really nice
nag-offer
business.
po nila. Nice dito sa Korea
Super.
po.
Actually my brother is yun nga sabi ko I shared he has this iyang business, something that he's really investing in. Iyang toy collection ba from Japan. Really nice, really nice. Na sabi ko something that you're really proud of. Same sa akong kuya. We never even imagined na he will really grow this big. I mean, hindi naman siya ganun kasikat kasi there are a lot of
Or
competition in
at
terms of
least,
kumbaga something that he's proud of na
yeah.
brand ko to. O, kumbaga ito yung nasimulan ko. Same
Oh,
with
ano
my
na yan?
brother.
Brand,
Oh, 'di
brand.
ba? Brand ko surfer, mga surf paraphernalia.
Ah,
Hopefully by March, by March ulit. Actually kay pag makuha ko na yung mga ano ko, I'm gonna give out sa lahat ng mga naging guest ko mga freebies, mga shirts, mga customized shirt.
fuck.
Tracks, baka naman gusto mo na mag-invest ng CPU. De joke lang. I'm waiting for my technician to finish upgrading. CPU naman yung ano ko lang.
Oh,
Pero
nice.
yeah, it's really nice na something that you're really proud of. Now, yun I really like that outlook that especially not every couple would talk about future plans, about
True.
business. And that's
Somehow that's like a I mean a green flag in
a green
relationships,
flag.
like
Correct.
especially dating in adult times, like young adults, and ongoing to really adulthood, like when you're in the dating world,
Mm,
tawag ano you talk to someone, then pang tingin mo, ay, di mo na po makita akong future. Parang nga mo,
correct.
red flag ba
Correct.
yan? So, when you find someone, like you talk to someone na, hala mo, magkasinabot lagi may basta, red,
Sensible. You
oo,
share some incentive. You share some common interest, and sometimes
ah,
ang gwapo lang ana normally kanang from what I've learned po is that uh, diba sometimes we have our differences. We
yeah,
respect the differences. Pero
yeah,
we find something in the common interest. Yun yung
yeah.
gwapo. Kato ang
Meet
gwapo. Like
halfway.
meet halfway mo ba? Butong I always give time po sa partner nako. And now gwapo na. That's really nice. And Mark, baka naman, 'di ba? Pakita siguro sa ko ano, paila-ila kuya, respeto bay. Respect. Mag-cram competition ta. How ba ko mo cram? Grabe na kay kulikod. Nag-cram ko one time like kanang si Tight Eyes. Ano, tanaw man ko
Oh,
usab ka ng cramp katong documentary.
Turkish
Sige,
ikaw.
Rice. 'Di ba? Katong mga OG pa na sa mga shoutout dahil sa tanan Fusion and sa Lord's Artworks kay Bion. Yo man, shout out, huge props sa dance community. Sir Grandeza, Mad Props. Gats Lopez, bye.
Si Kuya
Grabe
Gats.
respeto, bye. Respeto, like, grabe jud. Like, ever since I started usab katong watching the dance, the mga dance na mga concerts. Yeah, mo man ko katong after a very shaky relationship na ako before. Sabi ko, I will attend. Kasi alam mo yung, when you're in that dance, alam para put ay kanang po grabe kay
Hype
ang
ka ba?
community ka hype ba labi na madungog pa lang nimo ang huge trap kanang bass kanang mm, ah, alam ni
True.
Traki yan because we used to dance like grabe jud ang mga influence po na po like you got served kada na mga
Ah,
you got served jud naman early 2000 mga Mario mga Neo kada mga isa pa naman sila Usher mo jud naman mga OG na mga hilig na mga dancer mga
true.
Street Boys sila Beyond grabe jud ang influence po sa mga kanang sa pangyayari sayo pero mo to mas ma-proud ko seeing the younger generations keep doing what they're doing. Kanong passion
Yeah,
about dancing kanang same
totoo.
po natong passion nato when we are in the K-pop community. Grabe jud to, di ba? Di ba? Traki, grabe jud. Shout out kay Carla Cuero di ay. I don't know if you have met Carla Cuero. I think she's also part of Fusion. Si Carla Cuero. Pero bandila pa
Mga OG.
ang OG yan sila, mga OG. Sila
Di ako
Candy.
sure.
Sila Candy kana jud mga batchmate ni Traki actually, 'di ba Trax? Yes.
Hmm,
'Di ba Trax?
small
Carla
world.
Carla Cuero was up. So yan, pero huge respect yun.
True.
Muto, I tried to audition before. Mayroon mang parang Bandila Fusion pa man na before in Ateneo, di ba? I tried to audition kaso na busy ko sa kung Ateneo's life and
Sayang.
everything. Pero yun lagi, whenever I see people dance, parang it makes you dance as well. Kaya yun yung na-miss ko. March, abangan nyo na ang aking 8
Fuck.
packs. Diba? Sasayaw ako, Taeyang. Hindi na lang
Wait,
lip
kapahan,
sync.
kapahan.
Kabahan na kayo. Kabahan na kayo. Hindi, char lang. Pero, yeah. Anyways, dapat paiyakin mo kita ngayon. Next question ko. You're straying
Okay.
away from the topic, ha. Ito.
Ako,
Do you work to live or do you live to work?
that question. Siguro, I work to live. Like, siguro,
Why?
um, ako, I've had a job, online job, nung October 2020. Then, nag-resign ako after a month because anemic kasi then graveyard is not really for me. So, my mom said na not everyone can do graveyard work.
Mm.
Like, call center, virtual assistant. Akin, call center yun. Then, our account is just, parang Shopee man yun na account. Pero sa US, finger hat something. Then, okay. Okay man gid ang pay. Uy, basta call center. Pero, wala, gina-compromise
The
na
health
akong health.
compromise. Correct.
Oo. Then, si mama mo lang, naluoy siya sa ko kay nagpayat kog samot niya. Mga gaitong ko. Though,
Hello,
na,
kita mo yan, no? Ano yan? Panda Eyes, Panda Eyes. Ano kaya yan? Pinaghirapan ko yan. Louis
oo,
Vuitton, Lacoste. Hermes naman yan, Hermes.
Gucci, ganon.
Oh, good. Gisi lang akong unsa liog.
So, kato, my mom said na, ikaw, kung mag-design ka, okay lang. Ayaw pug sa'yo mo sarili. Ano, good, makita
That's
pa
really
mo kita job. Yeah, uta ko balo, ano, good. So, kato, nag-design ko pagka November, so 1 month. Pero, kontakto lang po to. So, mga 2 months lang to or
tumatapos
3
siya.
months. So, 1 month, after 1 month, nag-design ako. So, murag, okay, nakaginhawan ako gamay. Ginabalik na akong sleep. Nandun ako magpulaw. Na until, good. So, siguro akong latest mag-sleep karon kay 1 a.m. na. Kaya sa una, maabot ko alas 3, So, pero, tinatry na ko, like, earlier, like, 12, siguro, 11, para, kay anemic ba ya, isod ba ya,
Count
pandemic,
jud dapat ka ng a lot of kanang vision
ayon,
iron. Do you
ah,
do you take like
supplement.
sangkobyon?
Oh,
Sangkobyon.
baka naman, ano, ang gipalit ni mama sa kuha kay, hemarate,
Sa
na,
mukha, sa mukha ning episode oy kinadagan kay product placement.
baka naman,
Patang
hemarate
jud
and
ako.
aid, iron
Oo.
supplement, before I sleep or
Ah,
after dinner. Then vitamin C sa buntag. Then,
oo,
but during
lemon.
that time, yeah, lemon water,
Asa taga-asa ganit ka?
lanang, hillside.
I-bike ko lang 'yan.
Asa ka?
Sa Toril. Healthy lifestyle, nag-bike ko padulong sa girl. Anyways, yeah.
Lanang. So, then, after ato kay murag, 'di ba, unemployed na ko after November. So, during ato kay, sige ka mo pangitag job, ana pero si mama nag-worry siya na, ikaw ba nanapog ka na pressure na pud mo sarili nga murag ka na dili kay ko naga-live in the moment ana god. So,
Didn't
ana
mo gonna
ana
enjoy
po
life.
ana po akong therapist na you're so young then lain kayo you're so young then imong isip ko magtrabaho ka sige tugod na ay sweldo di ba kanang lain daw kayo na drive baka nang magplastikan daw kayo ka sa work nga it's very nice to have a job na you can know or you know na mag-grow ka as a person and daghang kag matunan ba especially ako mag 22 pa ko
Ay,
then
ahead lang di ko 1 year sa mo.
then kato mga December, January, then karon na ako new job then magsukod ko March.
Uy,
Then
hapit
yeah,
na March. Uy, maganda ang March natin. According sa Feng Shui, maganda daw ang March. Kaya sabi ko March yung vlog ko and everything actually.
oh, so, law of attraction
Law
ganon.
of
So
manifestation. Ganyan talaga.
ato, sige po kog ano sa tuloy sa akong ano mga support system na ingani kanang gusto na akong magtrabaho na agad pero ang napod sa akong back of my mind na sige ra kog ingon na gusto na akong magtrabaho niya what if kung naana pero I don't seem to enjoy it good so mura ka na take it easy lang ba so
Spur of the
you
moment kumbaga ng mga decisions.
yeah so you work to live so parang you work to take it easy good so you know na
If you
while you
enjoy the
work
ride.
yeah while you work you live then you know pang daming opportunities na makuha mo or dami kang opportunities na ma-making, you know, making your own opportunities like if magka-chance na may another income or like extra income like
Correct.
kasi
Muna to siya.
buhot maka-invest ka ana good so it's really about working smart to be
Oo,
honest
it's not, kumbaga,
work work smart especially adulthood
it's not about the theories that we've learned from the school.
college
It's the foundation that we got from the experiences, di ba?
streets of
Charla, good na. Oy, wadyo ko natunan sa ko, mga klase.
or di ka
Lala, oy,
nag
joke lang. Uy, nako, oy, kabalo ba ka na best in class, jud ko, labi ka ng best
oh,
in recitation.
lister ka no
Ha? Dili oy never matuod jud tanong mo si Traki I flunked a lot of my subjects like
mm.
I was a college dropout way back in 2010. After that I stopped for almost 9 years before I decided again to study.
Really?
I did it 6 years di I worked for 9 years kumbaga after I dropped
Ah,
out from college in
nag-work
Ateneo.
ka. Okay.
I worked and then it's something that kumbaga kay isa ko ding hashtag always is be wealthy. It's
True.
WHEALTHY. Kumbaga sinearch ko yan walang gumagamit niyan. Kumbaga akin na yan gawin ko yung t-shirt paunahan na tayo be wealthy. Be wealthy is you are being healthy and you're being wealthy. Wealthy in terms of different friendship,
Yeah.
relationship, money, investment, and everything. Insured in your life mo. Insured of happiness, insured of you're secured. Kaya I props din kay Daisy. Like it's not an easy
True.
um work, especially you know lalo na ngayon that the competition is really tight, pero I have a huge respect especially sa mga coaches yan kay me myself used to be yan nag-train ako before pero yun nga I have different yun sabi mo earlier na we have other paths din, so I chose this path, and then luckily this year I got a promotion after 5 years of working in the BPO. Sabi ko na kanya-kanya lang talaga yan. Kumbaga, it's not a competition. The life is not a competition that we
Mindset.
or it's not a race. It's not a race in the first place. It's a journey. Kaya ang tawag ko sa mga fans or supporters ko sa um, Ash Bulldog Lago na page ko is the journalist. We
Mm.
are not journalists na reporter. we are journalists. We take down a list, or we put into to our journals the journeys we are having each day. Kaya journalist tayo. So, diba? Very witty. Ako lang, my God, di ba? Huwag niyo yung gamitin yan. Live to. De, pero yun, I really like that outlook na despite na we work to live. Kasi it's not really simple considering
True.
same age lang pala talaga kayo ng partner ko. My partner just turned 23 and 9 years ang gap namin. So, 'di ba?
Ah,
Isipin mo gaano siya ka-young, and then I don't want to put pressure because of my age. Pero sabi ko, let's enjoy this journey together. Yun yung importante. That's something that not a lot of young adults decide to do. Kaya it's, alam mo yung ba't ko i-pressure siya na ako gusto ko na magkaroon ng bahay. Gusto ko na magkaano. Pero sabi ko, enjoy mo na life. Oo,
hindi pa
sabi ko
ready
na,
partner mo.
ikaw,
That's fair.
that's something that I learned from her as well. Na parang, um, let's uh, let's enjoy life. And then
True.
COVID happened. Hello. So syempre yung mga times sana mag-date kayo o mag ano ka.
Mm,
But if you really have this passion, or you really have this sense of initiative, or sabihin natin effort, yung kahit the simple effort of
mm-mm.
trying, that's more than enough para sa akin.
True.
So next question, akala mo kadami na gusto ko itong masagot ni ni Daisy. 'Di ba?
Of
Correct po
course.
yung picture, 'di ba? Building your wealth portfolio is also important. Invest o tapit bitaw, invest yun mo. Kung na, if you have something, it
Stocks.
will also give a direction sa iyong like you have a track on what you are spending into,
Mm.
or what you're doing with what
Hindi na
little that
mag-shop.
you have. Okay, good. Oy, mag ano ka, mag-contradict ka sa self mo, pero something that don't deprive yourself of those
True.
happiness, pero because of your mindset, or you already have built your wealth portfolio, you are already responsible of what you're going to do with um
Expenses.
s- sabihin may excess of what you have earned. Kasi sabihin natin I myself, I have always talaga yan a portion of my salary, Jud, a huge chunk of my salary monthly, or sabihin natin every quincenas, is intended to sa investment, sabihin natin ganyan. So yung the other half would be, or the other portion would also be sa naka-budget na siya always. Sabi ko, when kaya ako magbayad ng Netflix? Bakit importante ang Netflix sa akin? Sabi ko, for 2 lang ba
You
yung
watch
Netflix
it?
ko?
Or do
Oh,
you, ano,
hindi, yung mga kapatid ko nag-enjoy ng Netflix too. At saka mga kaibigan ko. At saka yung girlfriend ko, actually my partner, and then yung mga friends niya din, they use my account. Ako, another investment is YouTube Premium, kasi I stopped my
mm,
investment in Spotify kasi mas magamit ko yung YouTube Premium kasi if you're a premium now, the shout out YouTube, hindi shout up shout out YouTube. Here's a hack, or here's something that you really have to think of. Kung YouTube Premium ka, walang mga ads. Walang mga nor cubes. Walang mga random na bigla na nanonood ka nag-stand ka ng Luna, bigla na may ads. So, oh! Ano may nakakainis. But when you're in premium now, 250 pesos, 249 monthly lang. Premium ka na sa YouTube Music, which meron din siya parang Spotify na mga playlist. And then nagpe-play siya kahit naka-off ang ang iyong cellphone, 'di ba? Advertise ako ng YouTube Premium. My God, YouTube, baka naman.
share mo.
Pero yeah, if you're a YouTube Premium family, is 249. You have 5 family members that could use the YouTube account. Parang YouTube Premium, my God, it's 2021. You really have to have YouTube Premium, guys. Alam mo, wala talagang ads. Alam mo yung maganda yung non-stop music, o for example, kung
Ambassador.
ano din,
Ambassador. YouTube ambassador.
lahat na, lahat talaga. Ako sabi ko, kung kailangan niyo ng kailangan niyo ng marketer, or kailangan niyo ng entrepreneur, or gusto niyo here's the place, Ash Bulldog Lago. This is a place where you could advertise your business. And then, the joke lang. Pero kidding aside, gusto ko lang talaga, I really like that mindset na alam mo when you talk to each other, yun, so, very very happy din ako nandito si Mark because he's really supportive and he allowed you kasi normally if ever alam ko my girlfriend or boyfriend yung mga magiging guest ko, I want to ask permission din na parang hey, okay lang ba na mag-guest yung ano mo. That's why I always ask what are the red flag questions, what are the taboo questions na I don't want to talk
Covered.
about because
Oo,
parang parang it's a sign of respect kumbaga kung
true.
lalo na babae yung
Consent.
aking guest na parang for example si Mark ano isa man to siya kasi man usa man chika-chika mo doon bayot to siya dili metrosexual ko girl that's her yeah
Kami
but yeah
supportive.
pero
So,
supportive and understanding and that's something na a really mature thing to do pero I'm not gonna talk about how your relationship works or kumbaga that's your relationship kumbaga it's up to you both kung how would you work things out and then gusto ko din yung tong sinabi ni ni Daisy sabi niya na it
actually
isn't
madami.
always 'di ba? 'Di ba? It isn't always about the destination but the journey. Kaya ka journalist tawag. Hello. Alam mo
Daming
Daisy
comment.
no. Sabi ko, yan yung gusto ko. Dapat kung wala ka pang page ko, ng page mo, dapat yun yung mga gawin mo. Mag-life talk ka. Hindi, invest talk, whatever. But anyways, let's not talk about that. PM mo lang ako, Daisy. Malay mo, di ba? I can help, mga ganyan. Pero ito, sabi din ni Daisy dito, sabi niya, enjoy the present. Correct. That's really important. But don't forget to enjoy your future by preparing for it. Um, where I will ask this next question, are you a planner or you just go with the flow?
I'm very organized. I like to
So,
plan. Pero, I also can adapt if, pang spontaneous
the
plan.
spontaneity of life, di ba?
Yeah, I can adapt naman. Pero, as unorganized, I like to plan. Pero, ano man yun ng life, oy, it always doesn't turn out the way you want it to be,
Oh,
the
di
way
ba?
you plan it. Parang yung pandemic, plano ba din na to?
Malay na to, baka may mga big brains, di ba? May mga big brains behind this para
Oo.
mabenta yung mga gamot. Baka naman. Joke lang.
So,
Oy, baka naman. Oh, di ba? So, hashtag. Pero, shout out pa rin sa mga frontliners and backliners natin. It's
true.
not an easy task, dude. Like, kaya sometimes it's really
Don't complain too
restricting,
much na
di
nurse.
ba? A nurse or even doctor friends. My cousin is in SPMC. Like, huge talaga, huge salute talaga sa mga even sa mga natin sa mga security guards or sa mga even sa mga traffic enforcers. It's not easy to manage
Mga
something.
vendors. Init ba yan?
Vendors, um
Super.
everyone jud pero except yung mga badlungon na walay helmet ang mga bikers. So,
Di ka dili mo bike sa bike lane.
oo ka na maligsan sila simba ko lang di ba added burden sa pero kidding aside yung gusto ko din yung yung idea na we really have to organize things as well because who knows what the future holds. Yun yung naisip ko to. Pero it's really important to be prepared for it. Kasi
Uh,
nothing will happen if you're
know what's
prepared.
coming.
Oh, yun sabi ni Daisy, 'di ba? Na basta it's really important that you're really prepared. Pero enjoy
Mm.
the spontaneity of life din as well. Kaya yung adaptability ng human being, that's what makes us the highest form of monkeys, the highest form of animals in the animal kingdom, 'di ba? Because we
Yeah.
have the reasoning skills, we have
Capacity.
the capacity to really decide on things. And yun din talaga kasi I myself before is just I'm sabay sa alon, 'di ba? Product placement. Pero I'm just riding with the waves ba.
Go
Pero
with the
ang
flow.
ibig sabihin ng sabay sa alon is really you go with the journey of life ba because water is flowing man gud siya. Kumbaga
Yeah.
this is a flow of water din pero hindi siya dapat na very literal na yung wala lang kung come what may. It's different when you go with the flow versus sa come what may. Come what may is like bala na yan. Basta
Dawat timali.
mangyari mangyari pero when you go with the flow you tend to adapt.
Believe. Yeah.
Di ba usually there's a container ang liquid when you put it in a solid form is it takes the form of the science basic sineskwela. Grabe, 'di ba? Episode 7, puno na, madami kayong matutunan tapos madami mga product na baka gusto niyo i-comment down below. Pero yun din talaga. sabi din ni Traki dito, journey makes experiences. Those experiences, either good or bad, molds you to be who you are now, but we have choices to be on the right path or let
Let
loose and
go.
be lost. Mm.
Si Mark
Tracks,
did. Enjoy
ah,
the journey and focus on
focus
the
on the
now.
now. Ganun na talaga.
Protect the alone.
Alam mo yung ano, yung movie ni Stephen Hawking, yung Theory of Everything.
Yeah.
It's a really nice movie. Ang naka-focus man normally ang ubang tao in the life of Stephen Hawking is that he's an atheist, ganun. But they do not understand that there's a theory of everything. And that everything is meron talaga supreme being. Wala niya man dinebunk yung idea. Parang gusto niya lang i-discuss yung the now that is really the past. Because when you say now, it's already a second ago. Sabi mo
Oh,
now, okay, that's a second ago. Parang they define time in a certain period. Pero just to put things into right perspectives na
mm,
we always look forward to a brighter future. Parang sabi ko, parang sabihin mo na ayaw ko mapunta sa ganitong direction. That's
mm,
how you envision future. Ano kaya ako ngayon? Oh my God, nakalimutan ko kasi magdala ng payong kanina. So,
mm.
ano yung naging result sa now mo ngayon? So, tomorrow, magdala na ako ng
Magdala pa.
payong.
Mm.
So, that is the beauty of the past, future, and the now. So, yun talaga yung some people would really not understand. Kaya they really take things very usahay ka na very superficial or very
Ano
existentialist na very alam mo yung they really want to question everything about well I respect them pero minsan they tend to complicate things na needed not to be complicated in the first place. Kaya ayun, it's really nice to hear from Mark what he said that enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Kumbaga, no one should be left out. Kumbaga, alam mo
Ah,
yung things na it is your life. This is how you live your life. And I really have a huge respect to your mom, to your dad, for allowing you to really enjoy your life because not everyone have the
true.
privilege of or that kind of
Oh,
upbringing na alam mo yun na you're pressured of usually di ba, may mga stories na mapanood natin or the typical stories ikaw ang breadwinner, ma-pressure ka sa mga families mo dapat doktor ka, dapat ganito ka, dapat engineer ka, dapat lawyer ka, ganun. And then you put too much pressure and then in the process, you're not enjoying
happy.
the now. Alam mo yung parang sige, i-enjoy ko na lang pero you really want to do the passion. Kaya yun din talaga sabi ko na um I want to live my life how I want to live my life. But by siya with the compromise of still respecting them.
True.
By being a better person. Kumbaga makita nila na you may not be the person that they envisioned you to be, but somehow you have showcased who you are and what made you you. And at the same time, makita nila na you're happy. And in ngayon sa mga current na mga gatherings, hindi na siya nagiging typical topic na uy bay doktor ka na ka? Uy naging doktor na ka or uy engineer na ka? Uy kamusta nang kanang dato na ka? Pero karon is the question is kamusta ka? Which is a very important question na now during the pandemic I've been close to Sol Pizarro na I seldom even talk to before Mac Betita kaya naman kadula na ako karon sa Mobile Legends. It may be funny pero sila Harvey Villanueva people or during my batch in high school na hindi kami close pero because of some common interest we bonded,
Connection.
'di ba? We connected somehow and then yun din yung something na really important and gusto ko i-highlight always sa mga talks na how do you build your bridges, how do you build your relationship with others. So wala nang break to, diretso na natin to. So next question is, do you believe in love at first sight?
Love at first sight.
Okay, love wins may tapos ang next question ko sige about the topic nakalimutan ko. So third up.
Sight. Ako hindi.
Why? Gusto ko yung mga ganyan
Ayan.
mga question.
Hmm. Siguro love at first sight. Pwede.
Hindi
Like,
pwede. It's either a yes or no. You can't say maybe.
well, when it comes to love, love is like a very sacred word. Like, love can be
Very
anything.
complex siya.
Yeah,
Could be anything. O sige,
love can be anything.
romantic love. O kana, romantic. Do you believe in romantic love at first sight?
Oh, okay.
Or napakakita mo kay Mark, oh, oh shit. He's hot.
Ano?
He's fat. He's good
Ano?
looking. Kaudan
Yeah,
niya mo sayaw, oy.
skater si Mark.
Uy, bay! I'm telling you, my brother used to be one of the skaters here in Davao City. Like, legit skater. I used to skate before, skateboard. Rodney Mullen. My God, Rodney Mullen. Or Tony Hawk. Muji to mga OGs. But,
Oh,
yeah, you could definitely hang out with, you can definitely meet with my brothers and his barkada. Malay ni mo, di ba? Maging part podcast sa circle nila kana sila Chunks Pude kana yun shout out guys sa Barracks, only Barracks touches my hair kana Barracks
uy,
barbers.
naibarat ko sa mo
Oh kana oh diba dapat support local jud, so kung magpagupit mo
Di naman
kana mga
nagapagupit si kuya nako.
oh
Always.
dapat Barracks jud, only Barracks touches my hair, who touches yours, so visit your nearest
So,
Barracks barbers and shaves. Chucks Pude, baka naman. Hindi lang. Pero I always support yun.
kato.
Nagmahay jud ko one time kay nagdali-dali ko pagupit ko somewhere down the road. Pangit ka ayo. Mo dapat para pogi jud ka sama sa imong kuya o sa tanang mga nagpagupit sa Barracks Barbers and Shaves. Barracks yun dapat mo. Mark, dapat Barracks jud ka.
Nai-answer akong friends. Eto, hi Eto. Sa
Uy,
competition po siya.
kana.
Asa na? Love
Spearman
at
daw. Sige.
first sight. Love at first sight with cats, yes. Love at first sight with the person, no. Love is deep and meaningful and it cannot be defined by a single glance. Bitaw, pareho mig thinking. Siguro when me and Mark started talking, dili siguro ka na akong thinking siguro ka na, hala, nagka-vibes dahil may ka, anak, good, hello. Kaya ano, ka nang, ano ba ka nang, it's very rare to find someone like talk to someone na magka-vibes dayon mo kanang dili pinilit ang connection oy nga to like siguro
Pugos
ka
lang kay sungog-sungog.
oh
Uy,
like
crush ko ni Unsa. Tapos, hindi mo ako siya crush. Tapos, na-develop mo. Tapos, napugos mo sa classroom. Sige, crush na lang punta ka. Tapos, nagka-crush mo. Tapos, after 10 years,
what
kamo
fun
din nagkadayon. Di ba? What
wow
fun.
what fun yar
Uy,
so
true to life
katya
story pa yan na shoutout kay Ruji Abat and kay Pia, my best friend. For sila dyan, longest running since second year high
oh
school way back in 2003 hantod sila dyan nagkadayon, and a lot of
third
my
year
batchmates mo dyan na hoy baka naman mga batchmate gusto ko pag-usapan mga life niyo, wala lang, gusto ko lang makichismis ako,
ito shut up
chismis with AB na lang siguro to, no, hindi na life talk, di char,
hoy
char lang.
D
Di
so
ba pwede?
yeah
Sabi din ni Lorente, say, Daisy, ito ha, here's the question. So I'm just gonna ask the question. Do you believe in love, romantic love at first sight? Or why or why not? Tapos you can comment down below. Next question would now go to the topic, which is, what is love wins for you?
um love wins for aside so that's really a saying for LGBT stan LGBT
Sa imo ha,
people
like you,
uh, my
anything, Jud,
love wins
when you hear love wins, ano yung, how would you view it? What is love wins for you?
love never fails. Like, example, it's I put it in a situation. Like, example, you have a rough day. Then when you come home, your dog will greet you with a smile. That's
Ano,
love.
sige daw, say nawang sa,
Uy, ayun.
sige daw, nawang sa happy nga dog, be,
No,
nakinig ka,
no.
gusto jud ka.
So yeah. Then,
Kairo ba?
kairo ba yun? Yeah, love never fails. And also, ako nabasa, ang pag-ibig ay hindi salbabida. Like,
Bakit?
you cannot complete a person by loving them if you're not, di ba? If you're not complete on your own in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Self-love and self-worth, need you
it's
tatan.
about giving. It's selfless. Yeah, so
It's a give and take mode.
yeah, it's
It's a give
selfless
and take.
and also boundaries. So when I say
Correct.
or when I hear about love wins, It's always about it never fails, and it's always a choice.
Perfect. Oh, it's always a choice. Correct. I like that answer. Very, ano, everyone, contestant number one, all the way from Lanang, Davao City. Pero
Yeah.
yeah, kabalo ka nga no, I came up with this question and theme for this month of February. I really wanted to talk about how people would view love wins. Okay, huge shout out sa LGBTQIA community because I for one is a supporter and I really love people. I
Mm.
really love to hang out with them, talk about their life, how their struggles, and yeah, first episode ko was with Maki Duran. Felt huge shout out kay Maki and for really speaking up. I never even expected na muhilik siya sa akong sa episode 5 and it's really something that it's really worth remembering. And of course, it's something that we really have to um look into like love wins. So when you mentioned na it's a choice, it's always a choice. Kumbaga, if you really want to love someone, you will do it. Kasi it's not something that, it's like the thought of, you can't win the lottery without betting. Di ba?
Yeah,
Or you can't pass the exam if you don't even attend the class and take the exam. It's as
true.
easy as that. Kumbaga, you will not receive the gift just by looking up in the sky and kalit lang, oh, na gift. So it's always a choice. It's either you act on it or you just sleep on it. Ganun lang jud.
Yeah.
It's
And I also have another outlook when it comes
so go
to
go ganahan
love.
jud ko ano.
Siguro, ano, not just in relationships, but love in general. Like,
Uh,
it's humanity. Like, you see
correct.
wholesome posts like protecting women, kapwa women,
Yes.
uh,
Correct jud na. Like
kapwa men, kapwa women protecting by men. Like, when there's a toxic masculinity post and the men will protect women na, ano yan naman kay nga na, bay, ano,
yes, like not
they call out
promoting,
ba? Oo. Like, good
stepping up,
vibes.
like acting on it.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's really
human.
nice.
So it's
Ganahan ko
like
ano.
a form of love. Yeah.
And it's really something that a lot of people, 'di ba? A lot of people would disregard kay sometimes the closest people are the hardest to really um to paano ba yan to call out kay for example mga
Oo.
barkada ko alam mo yung toxic masculinity when I heard them before like bayutaan na oy even that term na or that phrase na uy, bayot man na maram na papapiolo so it's always a
Yeah.
derogatory term or a discriminate
Insulting.
insulting term na so nga na kung bayot so when it parang synonymous siya na pag babae automatic mahina or
Mm.
inferior or something like that. O, same goes with that term when sabi natin, "Hey, bayutaan na oy, patumboy man na, tumbuyan nimo oy," or something na it's all something disgusting para sa ilaha. Pero our role as those who are learned or what we say
Open-minded.
somehow open-minded and educated about that is really to stand up. Okay,
Yeah.
if we allow to be silent, o kanang uy bay, lain nabay tay barkada nga bayot. How
Mm.
would they feel? Kumbaga, that's the reason why some people would not tend to go out or express themselves more because they're too confined by the
Comment.
discrimination or even the structure that we are all in. Oh my God! Hello! Economic, ay, kanang sociology di ay, ako sa economics. But yeah, it also plays
Yeah.
with the economics. Kay sometimes you really have to go with the crowd na having that same macho toxic and macho na framework or mindset now really have to call out really have to stand up and um I learned that from ano din from my friends na hey that's not good sabihin mo for example they're wearing a bikini something na "Eh, wala ka respeto sa self nimo wala ka respeto bro
True.
di ba or when you show some of your skin sabihin na ana I respect some people ko kumbaga topic na sa normally ka ng politics and religion, pero in a general sense of in terms of humanity, we just have to respect each other. Pero if ever they would step on someone's conservative side,
So,
that's the time
someone
na po that you have to ano po, you'll have to either distance yourself. For example, social share ako 'di ba kanina na matoxican talaga ko yung hanap TikTok na po siya. Kabalik-balik naman yung TikTok. Ano na po yun light lang music. Pero dito na ako na-realize na mga nga i-strip away na ako siya sa iyang happiness.
yeah.
Kung mga uneasy ko, yan follow din ako siya or
So,
unsa din ako siya, i-ask na ako siya, tuduan ako anak B. Anak good. So kumbaga, why would you pop someone else's balloon just for your own happiness? Kumbaga, the
no
world doesn't
judgment also.
oh, marag dili man nag-revolve ang world sa imuha
Imo.
lang. Kumbaga, it's a free country. Pero ang katulad jud at ang common ground jud always there is you really have to respect each other. Katulad, if you don't want to be respected, learn to respect others or ano lang, keep it to yourself. Kumbaga,
No.
discern sa murag kumuingon ko maot siya sa nina karon, maunsa kaya siya? Or how would you react to someone kung feel nimo na marag feel na ko ma-hurt siya, dili kay vocal man jud ko pa ana, so you really have to balance and jud
True.
mo sulod and it's something I like about psychology is how you would really think of sometimes the choice of words, the choices of terms, and then how you become more um
Open.
open-minded, excuse me, pero kay di ba common unsa ba stereotype sa ato ang mga psychologists kay
Ang hula.
manghula or kanang read mind readers or ano, pero as my friend, my best friend and have shared with me is that you just have to understand their upbringing, ang history nila, how they came up with that statement. Malay ba nato nga mulan jud na anda niya, so unsa ta na kabalo, mas nakabalo ta or somehow we have a knowledge about that na pwede nato i-share. That's the reason why we have to educate and respect.
And it
So
takes 0 pesos to be kind.
oh, di ba to respect mo girl or bye, respeto
Be
lang good,
decent
ana lang
naman.
good. Oh, be a decent human being. Kung dili ka ganahan sa 'di ba? Kanang if you want to hug someone, magrespeto ka, mahuta na ka. Pwede ta ka i-hug bay. Hug lang good. Mag-hug, magani mo ka ng usay, hubog na mo. What more ka ng sane mo, di ba? Pero ako, I'm a hugger, man good. And then, ako yung malambing sa aming magkakapatid. I always say to my brother, even my kuya, okay, joke aside lang good. I always say, I love you, Trax. I love you, Koy Bulet. I love you, Koy. I love you, Te. Because it's something that I was deprived of hearing before. Because it's not simple. Tapos ito, share lang natin yung sabi ni answer ni Daisy ba, bas man luod ba? Char lang Daisy. I think it's attraction at first sight. Oh yeah. Um ko attraction and not love. Love is beyond what you can see. Correct. It goes deeper than that. It's the
Agree,
connection,
agree.
compatibility, and efforts of two parties. Ito yung mga gusto ko. Perfect answer, Char lang. Kanang mga pang essay,
Apoy
kanang 10
answer si
points.
Mark.
Uh,
Mm.
Char, supportive yun, no? O, dali lang, good. Uy, reply sa nato si DC, kay manluot yan si DC. Kanang,
Nice ka days.
pero I would really agree. Love is beyond what you can see. Pero
Yeah.
nadyo tayo ginatawag po na preferences. Sometimes, dili jud nato malikayan. Kay, sige daw, be, kung dili jud ka, kung love ka nang malove jud mo tanan, ano di mo love kato nga babae because we have certain preferences po. Ana lang good,
It's okay.
respeto lang good. It's okay lang good. Basta kada dili mo sa love kay dili na ko siya preference, ana lang. Abi na ko love nimo tanan. Ama kay preference, ana good. So dili na siya
Standard.
necessarily na natay standards or we have our options or our choices ba.
And it's
Kumbaga,
okay.
preference yun na to. So next is that answer ni unsa Mark pugiha jud Mark ko i-hide na to Vicky makita yung nawong char. Usahin na kita magwapo sa tong live tapos ana ta para makita atong liog be. Ano si Mark Licanda. Never take the happiness especially if ang hobby na una pa sa relationship ninyo or something else especially dito na happy katong siya pa lang naga-work sa iyang self as long as walay mali iyang ginabuhat. Uy, ganahan ko ani nga topic. Ganahan ko ani kung kumbaga it would spark a debate, Charlotte. Hindi ba? Dili ko gusto mag-debate pero ganahan ko ani sa ako ang March na mga topics yan Tuesday. You'll have to choose between one. Gusto jud ako kanang mga i-guess na ako mo sunod ni Mark kanang mag-away jud. Away jud bitaw. Tungod sa ako live talk kanang nahimo siya kanang face to face. Dili bitaw Mark kini ka I really understand and I would really respect what Mark said. Sabi niya na kumbaga mo magutong first niya. For example, you Romina. 'Di ba you start before you even met Mark, you love K-pop. And then all of a sudden just because you became a couple, i-strip away nimo na ng happiness niya. Dapat you should accept
K-pop lang ito.
'Di ba? Ana man good na. 'Di ba ako good usa ka nang happy ko ka nang uy paminawa gud Luna, lingaw gud. Kita na nimo Luna. Tas man naman siya nga dili. So murag i-stand good nimo Luna kay kun di mo i-stand away ta Charlotte. Pero 'di ba something that sometimes what we love mupod tong kanang we are too passionate about na mga i-step away nato na. So as long as katong last statement niya I really like that as walay mali ginabuhat. Kumbaga what's wrong with skateboarding? Kasi naman 'di ba mag mga illegal things na gamer o sa Mobile Legends 144254220
CS:GO, Monster Hunter, Valorant.
B31 143
Amo tag ML ang pud yata ni siya.
period comma tapos B3 di ba? CS 1.3 char na bitaw. Pero yeah, gamer man jud ko. You can see on my page na ako mga games dia pero di ba kumbaga as long as it would not compromise your relationship, you respect each other's time and at the same time you respect your quality time together. Kumbaga it's up to you na. Mo na to ginaingon pud nako even before I started this live talk, I asked permission pud sa akong partner. Sabi ko B, okay lang mag live ko. Kasi mag-omegle ko. Actually nag-omegle ko, nag-meet lang ko mga fellow K-pop. So pero weird lang jud pero dapat dito ka sa moderated pero anyways, omegle baka naman. Pero meeting random people is just to really learn about life. And then kani jud I asked permission and then she was really happy because she knows na kasi naman saan ako mapunta, 'di ba? Kasi naman very unproductive and it's somehow helpful as I share after na alam mo yung life ni ganito ganyan and then it's something that she was also happy about because alam niya na passionate ako sa ginagawa ko. And it's not really something na 'di ba kasi naman makita mo ako saan ka na naman or okay lang mag-inom pero sino naman kasama mong inom ganyan usually ma-compromise to ganun. Update. Okay jud always jud na always be mindful of your other half. Mo jud tong always nako. Mo to ginahatag jud nako. For example, maglaog sa iyang barkada, dili ko all the time na marag kuya ko bi kanang anak ko kay isiksika nako akong self always na marag ko I always give her space. Mo pud na learn ako sa pagkong relationship tong ingon nimo ganiha which really nice put is the boundary and what Mark also mentioned as tong walay ginabuhat that's the boundary. Kumbaga before na nimo siya na meet as what he was before na-accept man nimo siya what more na naging kamo and then you share the same the same common interest pero if dili jud ganahan ngano mo tan-aw mo horror movie nga di man jud ganahan ng isa ngano pugson man jud nimo the moment na you force yourselves into something that's where the disrespect would come into toxic na kumbaga ngano di ipa support man jud ko nimo sa ML nga dili man jud ko support number 1 man jud ko or ko sa Dota pa or sa CS ngano ipatago lang ko nimo sa likod sa crate ipa-plant day ko nimo bomb Charlie reference or ngano ipa unsa sa Valorant ka nang ngano hindi ko kakilala. March kaya mag-Valorant mo ko sa March. Tracks baka naman kahit mouse lang or CPU lang talaga. Hindi joke lang. Pero anyways, it's 30 minutes past 11. Grabe ka pas-pas sa mga talk. Pero we'll just go with the next question. Ganahan pero before that, basahin ko man yung sabi ni Traki, sabi niya supported and accepted the person or accept that person wholeheartedly. Pero hindi ko lang sabihin talaga wholeheartedly kasi you
Yeah.
should always put at least
Yourself.
1% to yourself.
Yeah.
You should never give
Protect
100%.
your energy.
Oh, protect yourself. Kaya the moment na ibigay mo lahat, what if mawala na yung lahat? Wala, ano maiwan sa'yo? Wala. Drain ka. Hindi ba yung makita mo sa mga Facebook na gihatag na mo tanan tapos makakita kag earring, ma-recharge ka kalit char lang. Shout out sa mga fellow mga nakita mo yun, di ba? Makakita niyo sa pusa, bigla lang siya na buo ulit na char lang. Pero kanang what I'm trying to say is that
Yes,
you should
yes.
always leave something for you.
For
Kaya
yourself.
dili jud na pwede na ihatag naman, ibibigay ko ang lahat sa iyo. Yes, Maria, oy, pag sure kung last na lang jud na nga sangyup, ihatag nimo sa iya hawa pakakaon. Bigi mo na lang tanan, oh, nag-order pa ko. Sa day ko diri. Di ba, char lang bitaw. Mo dapat kung kaon mo, dapat kanang kabalo mo na dili jud siya mukaon og crabs. So syempre dito mo mukaon sa night crabs kay para di ba siya mukaon crabs. Ako lang crabs. Atik lang bi. Di ba siya hilig og seafood good. So kato. So I always go to a place nakabalo ko na maganahan.
Mukaon siya.
Oh, dili ko mo adto sa kabalo ko nga mo adto mig seafood. Sige, kasi mo tan out, videoan ko niya. Video ako magmukbang ko diri. Pero kato, I really yun sabi ni Rocky, wholeheartedly means you give yourself pod na dili na marag very ano pod ka, you limit yourself na dili na ko ihatag jud na akong self sa iya kay mawala pod ang trust. What we're trying to discuss here is that you leave something sa imuha in terms of respect. Kaya dili man nimo the moment ihatag nimo tanan kanang kung unsa lang gusto sa isa, mawala na tong respect nimo sa self, mawala tong life nimo. Kumbaga you're just live
nila sa imuha ba?
or what will happen is that you're just living sa unsa lang gusto sa isa.
Yeah.
Kumbaga you're not living your life na. Oh, what
about your want?
Mahutana ka kanu sa ko mag-spa sa Luna kay mag-comeback na sila karong April. Sige na lang mag-Valorant na lang ta always or 'di ba? Ana ba? Charda, for example na to Marka ngano bitaw ni comment Charda. Ngano bitaw kita. Pero kada siya
respect each other's me time man. So,
me time, yeah. Correct. That's really important. Kumbaga kung modula sila, it's really important kung magdula good mas ganahan ka dapat ana kay at least you know na nagdula lang siya kanang Counter Strike kaysa naman lahi ang 'di ba? Pero sa March na ng mga topic mo yung mga sa Heartbreak Wednesday ganahan ko one time jud na ako i-show before sa radio na bulag jud sila. Pero dili lang wala ko nag-mention kana nagbulag jud sila kay after ato kay yan nag-comment mong good na away sila. Topic lang mong good to. Then Charla bitaw. Daisy, sabi niya, I think this is a response to Mark. Sabi, ganahan ko ani Mark. Grabe ka supportive. You should grow individually and as a couple. Oh, correct. Kumbaga, before you love others, the other half, you should love yourself first. Kaya di ba, nga i-present mo yung self na gusgusin ka ayo, na marag ka ng patapon. Di ba, di mo ka ng marag, man up, be an adult, grow individually and you accountability dapat napud ka ownership sa imong mga mistakes and at the same time you don't take ownership of your partner. Never jud na ako ara ka imuhara ko char oy Tuesday na sa March, abangan niyo yan guys. Pero I really agree with this na you should never kumbaga ito I think what Daisy is trying to say here is dili nimo selfishly i-own lang ang other half nimo na murag kita lang ato alang ning world. Yeah. Tapos paon sa itong mga friends, di ba? You have your life, for example, na marag kamo na lang jud, what if mag-invite ang friends, sige kita ra jud dapat ayaw na adto si mga friends. Usually na ba yung mga life stories na na-heard. Grabe ka konyo nadunggan na ako nga. Di ba? Sometimes they would strip you away from or they would take you away from your barkada and then who were there when you needed them the most? Your barkada. Who were there when you were lost and gutom? Your barkada. Who were there? Single pa, 'di ba barkada? Katong nag-go na kana si uyaban na si Mark oy kapogi ka, skater pa jud, gamer pa jud kanang manlibre pa jud sa kay AB Lagon, 'di ba? So dapat go na jud ka ana kay unsa oy kay Mark, 'di ba? ang barkada yun ang support system diha. So dapat you should learn to love or to know the barkada, and that's one thing that I learned from from my barkada and the barkada of my partner right now na I try to understand them. Na kumbaga unsa ang ilang cup of tea, unsa ang dili nila ganahan, unsa mga taboo topics nila. Kaya ako I tend to be very talkative kay talker ba ako, dili ko stalker
Yeah.
pero talker kay ko. Pero buto I try to respect them. Kung unsa gusto niya mukaon, sabay ko silang trip. Kung dili ko ganahan sa trip nila, mo ingon ko. I try to voice out. Pero I don't want to um to, to douse off their candles or their fire nako, or kung for example their interest na mukhaon mi diri tapos ay dili ko diha oy kay nakakaon ko diha murag unsa di ka ipa-experience sa ilaha oy murag ana ko the other self nako si Bulldog mo ingon siya mo badlong man siya kay Ash mo pud niya nakoy actually
Alter
duality
ego.
nako actually
Your ego,
my ego. Pero ako nadyo kay split personality si mana si AB na sometimes paling-paling ko usahay seryoso ko usahay ka ng si Ash digit ng kanang pogi mo just siya talker
Wow.
kanang Englishero Bulldog mo yung barumbado ka ng chuy kaayo ka ng minal metal ka ng metal heads kaayo all on palak yaw-yaw mulata sa Mobile Legends ba. Pero yeah, that's my duality. Pero dawatan tanan keep it real jud. Yes, really important. You really have to be
Open
honest,
communication.
open communication, pero never ever give your 100%. The moment nihatag mo tanang patay na ko uy. Ano gihatag mo sa ako anak ka, imo anak ko. Char uy, di ba? Oh, headbangers ka nang minaw tag ka ng rancid ba, mag-skate ta, gapo ka na mag-kick heel flip tapos mag dark slide lang kakalit sa may bagong park. Tapos sitahon ka, dakpon ka, char lang ko, tanong, di ba? So, misan ako ang mga, mga bolang na mga skateboard. Skater ako sa
Ano
una.
po,
Pero,
100%. Tapos ko nakitaan, ano ba, TikTok,
kita,
relationships are not 50-50. It's about 100-100. Ang context ato is, if dili nimo mahatag imong 100% today, ikaw as a partner kung capable ka to feel that energy sa imong partner.
energy.
So, you give it kanang i-influence nimo. So, pagkaugma, give and take na po. Kaya ana ba? Ang tabangay lang yun.
Correct. Mo dito ang ganaan ako. It's a give and take. Kumbaga, mo gani ginaingon ako sa akong partner. And shout out sa tanang mga partners po na katong open communication. Kumbaga, what if mo dito next question ako ni sa imo ha, pero just to share in advance. Kumbaga whenever I feel down kanang makita jud ako akong self was the time when we only had 50 pesos in our pockets together. 50 pesos na we're still dating ato. And then niingon jud ko sa iya ha na 50 pesos na ba kwarta karon tapos gigutom siya. We split half and half. Na po siya 50 pesos and then nakaon mi sa karinderya kaon mig tulo ka lumpia.
Kadami ano?
Tulo ka lumpia nga unsa I mean kaya syempre ikaw ako ba na tao na murag showy kaayo kanang gusto nako kanang i-provide sa iyaha ba. Pero niabot ko sa point na mali akong investment or mali ako ang pag-calculate sa akong expenses. Murag nipalit ko bagong skin sa Mobile Legends. Wala ko kwarta, di ba? Tapos wala pa sa atin, kalit lang siya ni ingon na gusto na ko mukaon og pizza karon tapos ngano gitap up man ako sa skin. Murag ana go so wrong unsa to wrong decisions. Ana go so right there and there nagstorya mi pero i-edit na ako dito kasi ma-remember niya nga wala kay kwarta ato nga di palit ako skin. Love yourself man daw. Pero anyways ka to she was really open. She was really she also shared something na hindi share natin to tapos tas dili mo ko siya palakaon good kanang ako baboy ba jud kay ko I sorry sa ano so kumakain pero ako I'm a voracious eater ba kanang I have a huge appetite na. That's the right term. I have a huge appetite.
Yes.
Ba kulang jud sa ko ang unsa ka ever since I had an operation sa ko ang appendix mas paspas ang mukaon yan mahadlok na akong appetite dako na kaayo kanang kulang sa ko ang samang inasal baka naman 6 rice swear. Kulang pa na. Mas kabalo ka unsa pa na pikasan, murag ka ng kung petso ni, murag ka ng 1/4 pa lang sa petso. Ang nahurot kabalo ka unsa? ang libreng sabaw nga sinigang o katong chicken
Kana.
oil. Sabi ko chicken oil. Or nagmakakita ko
Oo.
sa table, puno pa tong chicken oil, iswap na to diri. Tapos pag
Ay
ano-ano dyan
makagana
na,
mo gud ng chicken oil, appetizer
aswete
kay
oil o
bro.
appetizer ganito. Tapos, ang
High blood.
alak ay hala dili day magpalakpak diri kay sa pikas dito. Ako,
Penong.
excuse me, rice for today. Muli mga tao tas mo to tong birthday na ko last year pre-pandemic. Gusto man gud ako sa Vikings tapos gutom naman yung kaayo kaya abi na ko na buffet palace ato. Gusto na ko try something new ba? Nahutanan siya sa ko asa nimo gusto kay marag she wanted to treat me some place food ba ano ko. Kabla ko first ni ko mang inasal. Niyon ko nga I want to celebrate it with someone na unsa. Tapos gusto na ako makita niya kung unsa ko ka
Baboy.
ka pura
Heavy
ka
eater.
grabe kay kanang gutom kay ko. Ikaw na baktas ka init ka ay tapos baktas mi kan og
Dito.
MTS padulong og SM. Tapos ako nga amang inasal tapos nasimutan jud nako. Gutom naman kay ko. Uy kanang grabe jud ay. Very happy jud ka to. Dito na ako na realize na I want to really work hard. Work hard for us, Jude. And then she's trying her best po sa iyang work. Good, I give respect. Tama Jude to tong 100. Na Jude siya time na marag very drained Jude siya kay sa work. Ako Jude maghatag extra battery sa iya. Tapos what kung siya na po ang kinahanglan nako. Muhatag po siya kanang iyang battery pero not to the extent na walay
Mahulot
support.
mo doon ha. Oo.
Okay, mahurot mi to wala jud matulog na naman mo nag-away jud mi last year. Anong mo jud first major away jud namo kay misunderstanding lang kay drain siya more ana gud tos nagkaintindihan char lang.
Kailangan na
So
gid og rest.
not your rest. You really have to give yourself some time to rest put and space put. So if you restarted if you're gonna restart your life at some point, where would that be and why? If
Start
not,
my life.
if you're going to restart your life in some point in your whole
Ah,
22 years,
ako wala kay even though na I've had past experiences na I want to repress or forget, but those experiences made me realize that there are the lessons that I can take note that what I want and what I want the way to be treated and what I want in my future life and what I want to experience and what I want to learn from myself and from other people that became my close friends. And wala kay kung mag-restart man god siguro dili ko ingani ka like wala kanang lahi akong friends dili mag-meet ni Mark kay ngana god like
um,
there are very different opportunities ba if you want to restart your life. Okay. Isa lang ka situation na gusto nimo restart, lahi na mahitabo sa next stage. Ngana god. Ang ako
I would
is I don't want to restart. But move forward lang, keep on learning and accountability good. And make your own opportunities, Jude.
you
Look up
decide
to
on how you
people.
would live.
Mindset.
Hampot ka. Mindset yun mo ka na mindset. Actually, na-ask na ko siya question. Same with episode 6 when I had an interview or I had a live talk with Jay from New Jersey was that tama ito moving a click. Actually, that's one ako ang
Adam
type niya
Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Ako ng type ng tao nga I really reflect too much or I really analyze films kay in March po I'm going to do some short films per month. Mo yun ng month end na ko nga output sa ko ang passion lang jud. Anak ko ka unsa muna na gihanay na ko o gi-organize ako myself. How could I achieve this? How could I do this? Scheduling, investing the right amount of time, organizing your day. And then kung you really have to take a rest, take a break. But you really don't have to push yourself too much. So as long as if kaya, go. Pero pag dili jud mo ko okay, I will not have a live talk today good. Pero
Mm-mm.
something man good na ito usually mo start sa nako siya kanang once a week sa kay gina-gauge na ako kung kaya na ako good. And Sunday is
Burn
the
out
start
pa lang ka.
it's the 9 to 12 mo it's kumbaga it's the kung sa baba sa kay Cinderella pa it's in between kasi pa mag 11:59 na it's the day before and it's the next day of the week
Yeah.
kumbaga it's the start of the week or it's the end of the week kumbaga ko the start of the week magud ang Sunday pero
Yeah.
start of the next day na magud ang Monday pero kato siya the next question is that if ever you're going to spend a whole day with someone, either dead or alive, so rest in peace sa mga souls na pinipili nyo, with Mark or with your barkada, who would that be or who would those people be and why? And how would you spend the day with them or with him or with her?
Hmm.
Dili pwede anime ha?
Siguro.
Tukod ka.
Siguro kilala mo si Ella Lanes? Ella Shane?
Oo.
Yeah.
Fellow army
Ano,
na ako.
uh,
As in,
I
no,
want to,
wala jud ko nag-unsa, wala jud ta nag-expect ato
expect.
tanan.
I want to spend another day with her because she was my first friend good to college. I remember our first samgyup date. Uh, she, ano ba ya ka na, well off ba ang family, per ka ng rags to riches, good. Pero ka ng, very deserving ang pagdato nila. So, that time na other kwarta, so kitagaan siya money. So, ano siya, Biancs, SM Lanang ta, libihon ako niya, kay Lanang mamiduha. So, sabay, kanang, ako sige SM Lanang, di ulang sa balay. So, kato nag-SM Lanang, may libre ko niya. Although, ako gudi ko gusto na ginalibre, bisag kang sa family. Pero kato, gitake na ako, baka gusto magid niya mag ano.
To
So,
spend it today.
oo, on me. So, sige lang, uy, ay, ano ko, bayaran na ako siya, dili lagi. So, kato, dito may nagka-close, nag-storya, may naganaan po siya K-pop, pareha may
Mm,
baya sa una, si Jimin, anak ko then, she was one of the most purest person
mm.
and very kind, kanang, wala libog ba? Kanang
Genuine jud ka
happy-happy
kayo.
lang, oo. Tawagin na mo siya Angel, kaya mo ang section manggod kay Last Torta, sa psychology, di ba?
Sa
Kaya,
torta.
kato, Last Torta Angel, kay ambot, buutan jud siya, then, kato, ano
Very
ba yun,
cheerful, no? Happy-go-lucky. Wala jud ka
kaayo,
expect as in
like,
like
swerte kayo yung mga na friends, ano, good,
sila
tinuod na,
near katong unsa
mm,
gyud ang entertainment nila J and Jason
sila Celine,
sila Celine shout
mm,
out kay Celine kay funny ana si Celine kay audition na siya sa una I forgot more K-pop something there is sa Philippines K-pop TV5 ata to kailangan niya guardian ako mga medyo tiguwang
mm,
ato ka time ano na close ko sa ilang eto sila near Chua kada shout out day sa Jason kada sila ila
oo,
Ella
kilala ko sila ha, tungod kay Ella, mga
okay si
nagbanding
Ella
mi, tungod nag-atumig balay ni Celine niya, mag nag-uban na bugo ba kay ana si Ella na vacant na mo, di uban biyang, so kato, tambay-tambay mo sa bahay ni Celine, nga, sounds, ano, mga friendly mo pod.
oh mga warsyak pud ba kanang kiat kaayo kada sila kada shout out kay Ma'am Nier oy Nier palibre ana si Celine Manggod katuanan kay kuya ba kailangan ko guardian nahimo kog uncle mga tawag nila sa ko uncle sila Remy kada sila Remy mo dyan ang mga J-set grabe jud kaayo very memorable K-pop days jud K-pop days dito sa Davao kada jud sila J-set o dito jud pud na ako na meet si Ella and then kung napatong akong unsa akong first account daghan jud may mga live talks pod ni Ella and then all of a sudden the next year was a shocking shocking year to all of us labi na to sa mga close na mawala tingnan ko di ba normally when mag-block na og profile man matingala ko or usually tanan sila ano nawong ni Ella and then
Yeah.
the sad news
Wala man pod
broke
may
out
na-expect na naday siya sakit. Ang binako iyang sakit kay kana ganing natural, ay natural good pero maagapan
pero
lang balikan
kanang
ng ano lang.
giubo lang ana
Oo, lahi naman day
kanang
ay
mild
so.
ba
Mm,
tas naklaro po ba ito sa mga pictures niya lately mo medyo unsa lagi siya naga change ang iyang saturation sa iyang skin anak ko so
skin, payat.
it was napayat pud siya Moto we were talking about unsa pod we were talking about music her passion about
Bitaw
nag
nag-rap
nag-send
man siya.
nag-send siya ka ng songs nag-send siya songs and then I told
Nag-rap
her na
siya.
uy pagsulat og kanta tapos nato dito sa akong first account hopefully makuha na ako Facebook. Please pag-reply mo 10 days na lang i-delete niyo akong account. Pero yeah, anyways, ato it's really muputong ako on sa mga realizations last year kasi I had my, di ba, anak ko, I had my dark days jud na I also wanted to, I just wanted to rest na jud kanang kapoy kay ko sa life, kapoy kay ko sa mga past life nako na gina-regret nako up until this day. Muto nga ano ko kapoy na mag end na jud ko kana matulog na lang jud ko and then all of a sudden ako sa assumption ato shout out sa ACD so nako sa
Di ako nag-high school.
di ba di ka nag-high school so di ba yeah alma mater so kita ko
Bread.
si Mama Mary so onward mo to na realize
Milk
ako life
bar.
bar kanang tapukan sa mo tapos tikat pakambyo sa ka dito ha what ano ka di ba tayo spring
Oo.
ano pa change ipakambyo sa
I-change
dito
ko
ha
lang yung money para
Money,
ticket
tapos
na makapalit ka sa kantin.
ako kanina na cash na diretso
O ganito, sa Intubusan, si diversion canteen, kaya daghan na kayo magtapok pag recess.
recess or hapon no kanang ting
Merienda.
mahapit pa alas 4 kaya di ba
Oo.
3:30 open naman ang canteen
Canteen.
mga 4 mag dismissal na sa mga dismissal na sa sa high school or kanang even grade school tanan naman tanan ba kumito which makamiss po actually makamiss yun
Bitaw.
ang saba sa mga or kanang mga nagbantay diya. Shout out sa mga sisters diya, Sister Ching, kana good evening. Kana sa tanan mga sisters mga favorite ako mga sisters, promise. Dali ay sila Sir Joe Priest kana Sir Christian. Sa tanan jud mga teachers Sir Damaso, Doc
Oo,
G.
Sir Damaso.
Sa tanan ako mga teachers diya
Ang mga security guard di or legend.
Ako na jud mga legend, wala matuntig itong lalaki nga
Bitaw.
baan.
Butan gito.
to
Butan gito.
Dili pa pwede magwas or kana dili kay may misa, dili pwede magwas asa man ka bawal. Chip pwede mo
Ano?
evening mo ko chip.
Ang Counter-Strike ba? Kanang kompetilan sa atbang kay sa una kay tong high school ko kay bawal diha mag-cutting kay wag antay iya na kay ang anak nag-eskwela pod so if kanang na ako mga classmates na gusto magtambay lang sa kompetilan niya mag 1 PM na good niya start na ba niya sa next period sa high
Oh,
school.
next period sa high school.
PE period niya. Dili, bawal magtambay. Okay lang unta kung college mo. Sama na uy.
Kami college evening man ko chip mo ana ko chip evening man ko chip kana hindi man ko pagawa sa nay misa. Chip lay mo ko misa sa gabi. Ano ko pasok na oy gan mo ana jud ko so tas tung nadugay na ko sa assumption na nakasabot na labi na to
Pagawas na.
na president na ko sa kasama man nakadili bawal maano sa dog unsa man ni pagwason ni morning man na mas dili good morning maano na ko was na samo ka nang dili mo attend og mga masos mga event pag event na ako di jud na ako sa paggawas bala man diha kasanan pa gid ninyo bala pag attend di mo di jud pero katong dili na ko president ngano mo na ingani nga policy uy lagot mangingani nga ngan requirement jud na namo ko trabaho ba ko pero katong ako president dili jud ma'am dili jud pwede mo gawas kasi but anyways grabe jud ang mga throwback pero March sa time travel Thursday na ganahan ko ano ng mga school memories
Yeah.
good yung mga tag 5 nga unsa na champurado medyo nang mamiss na ako sa no 5 pesos na champurado dili cheese desal jud ko mo jud nang number 1 kung mag-unsab mi sa dili cheese bread cheese desal actually
ay kanang diba na canteen ay pag fourth year na magug ka example first year high school is nasa pinakataas fourth floor then second year third floor then pag third year kay second floor or then pag mag fourth year na ka sa second floor so doon na makababa ba niya timing naman na diha usahay magbenta sa tunga-tunga sa stairs
katong sa water fountain sa sakit na siya nga na stairs sa faculty.
Good. Oo. Na, wala pag this is awa na.
Maligya ba nabal ko mga classmates una ka nang namin sa college ka nang 'di ba bawal man na or mang mansin ano ka pila na taxi Marlo ba uy.
Wow.
Sige na kuya uy dato maka. Oh grabe dato dayon maganda na ako diri nag-eskwela na kay kwarta. Tapos
Daghan kay ano oy, daghan kay kog kaspi tumaligya sa una pizza. Ay nakoy ano kauban sa fusion si Miggy nga tag iya na siya business cookie file. Iyaha man
oy
na.
Miggy baka naman.
Bitaw, palit
Sa
mo
ko
og
ba?
cookie sa cookie file, food
Ay bin
panda.
ako. Ayaw nang kanang unsa. Oy, katunay kwarta pag food panda mo cookie file pero Miggy baka naman. Lami ina i-pair siguro sa unsa pa para at least matry na ko.
Wow.
Honest review pa
Wala may
ako.
ilang cookies.
Na gyud. So kada guys support local. Pero kada jud grabe jud ng mga unsa sa assumption ni grabe jud akong 4 years di malipay jud ko. Pero kana daghan po mga bad memories pero mas daghan jud mga good
Ano man gid na.
memories. Part jud
Ana
na sa
gid
life,
na.
life talk. Katong na-realize na ako sa mga friends na ako kanang suddenly kanang join si Papa J kay dito na ako na-realize na labi na mental health. One way is really to talk about it or to discuss it. Kanang life ba life. Kay dili mo good enough to storyarin mo self. Ako sige ko
Deep
story sa ko self
conversations.
deep conversations or even mga happy conversations na marag ma-realize ni marag alingawa oy marag gusto na ko experience to usab ana good dito ni mo
Yeah.
ma-appreciate ang life more na mo jud to naka-decide jud ko na jud mag-podcast jud ko or kanang chika minute na ko ba marag ana kay na-miss pod na ako ang radio shows na ako before
Mm.
and very unsa dito very melancholic sa kuan na gusto na ako kanang unsay mga answer sa mga tao sa same questions na ako usahay pero it varies ba so dito na ako makita
Yeah.
nga dili not everyone has the same answer or the same
Same
perspective na
thinking.
same thinking usahay gan mga one word usahay gan ko ko explain no bright basta ko manghod oy ami si Traki kita ka sa mga comment bro yes so ko asa man nagiging kapipi sa pud niya ba or pero it comes from him ba so yung experiences being as an OFW pud na
Bitaw,
ano
it's
pud
hard.
it's really difficult 'di ba or being away from your family
Family.
'di ba imong brother sa una katong remember nimo to imong debut 'di ba ka remember katong tama ba
Unsa?
tama debut nimo
Ay, katong kuan.
nag video call ba to imong kuya
Naong kuya to uy.
isa nimong kuya ba tama
Ha?
ba or
Lahi siguro. Pero akong kuya nag-abroad siya kay tungod sa internship or si papa kay si ma'am. Pero naman akong papa atong
dili
dibuna.
imong papa uy kisa basta nakika video call
Kalimot lagi ko.
wait lang asa kay ka nag-debut sa may ansa 'di ba sa
Sa Yummy man to. Katong ano, nag-ingon ko ila tikat na magsayaw gamay. Na akong pamilya to
oo
mo.
not
Dili
mo
to.
gitan-aw nga video ato
Ay, dili to video ko mo ka ng video greeting lang.
video
Himo sa
greeting
akong
gani
sa akong himo sa akong tita.
no na
Mm.
unsa ganito
Pag
kuya ba
dili
to
to
nimo
ano.
kuya ba nimo
Kalimot na ako. Ay,
sa man oy debut nimo makalimot ka sa debut sa man oy first time na ako nakakaila ka ng isa sa pinakaginahulat-hulat nila nga event sa ilang life kalimot ako gayud mo gina-remember sure jud ko ba nahajud ko ato nagatan-aw jud mi ato katong nag di ba nabay ito marag audiovisual ato na marag nag
ay
nagtawag
gi-compile lang mo to sa
compile
akong
lang
tita
to
pero
ba
dili gid siya video call. Ano,
live live
family
ay
members then
family
relatives
members
na ako. Oh,
kuya
kana.
nimo is sa asa ganito siya ato mutong
Chicago na ano. Pero nakaulit na siya ato.
na siya ato 'di ba nasa sa
Oo.
debut pero pulis ba siya unsa tama
Dili.
ba pataka
Sigani
lang
pa
ko
siya ato. Kasi dahil na
asa
lang dibo.
di mo ato oy kasi may virgin ko ato tapos ending day ba no wala no ano ko naba ka dito kuya Ash ano ko feel yun ako like nga di ba I remember na ako sa first
Oh,
account
yeah.
po na ako i-check na ko imo ba so, pero yeah anyways uy 12 naman di i-extend lang nato kadali pero 'di ba just realizing it na you shared 3 hour almost 3 hours of your life with someone that you barely met um you shared something, a memory, a core memory that will forever be we will be forever be thankful of the technology. Kay usahay sa unan like ginaingon ako na unsa man na oy motong I'm really happy to have opportunities like this na gina, 'di ba, you create your own opportunities na always yun ako gina-cherish. Kay ako ginatanaw na ko usab na tangaan ako na or tangaa sa akong answer or usahay ginaunsa na ko ba. So kanina mga funny questions nato earlier. Thank you kaayo for answering the theme which is love wins. And kato mga answers like wala kay ko expect sa mga follow-up answers nimo or even to mga sharings pud nila Mark, and it goes to show jud na very genuine ang inyong relationship ba. I mean kanang relationship niyo as friends, it manifests pud jud sa mga tubag nila, and it's not something na kay copy-paste lang nimo or generic na unsa, pero whether it's generic or unsa, it's how you think, it's how you speak, and it's something that will be forever be depende jud na sa imo. And wala ko na expect na talkative ka kay di ba hilumon ba jud ka sa una ka mo ni Manel, kay
Ano
ikaw si Manel.
maula magugos mo sa una.
Okay,
Kay GD
tiguang
ko
good.
close. Kay GD ko close.
Oh, kamo
Kay Ate
GD
Gia.
si Gia, si Gia man ang si Marinel mangod kay usually kay 'di ba ahead sa inyo ha, or kanang ahead sa inyo ha ni na JD, so more ka naka-close ato, and then mga younger pud mo ato nga generation. Pero katulad I wala jud ko nag-expect may ani na mga wala jud ko nag-expect na marag sure mo guess ko really ano even ako anyone is really welcome to be a guest, especially sa March, and then mga Sundays na ko unsa jud ko excited jud ko mahadlok ko gamay kay basig mali ako mga questions or mo ba ning appropriate question nako or kanang
Oo.
naba kay ni ana so kasi Libni na asa to ingon ni Libni diri. Very unsa mo to motong ako ang ganahan pod niya nga answer kay wait lang guys. Hello Net, hello. Ni si Libni atara. Shoutout din kay Libni, ganahan jud ko sa if ever you have free time wala mo sila fix nga schedule usahay kana sila nila Sara Suyom na niyo mahadlok ko unsa mahadlok ko leaves na siya. Fear is a sign that you are living your purpose. The more you fear, the more you should celebrate. Oh,
So,
di ba?
bitaw. You
Kay
never know if hindi mo itry.
di ba? Or katong Vakmik Umbrink Maknik Starker ni Friedrich Nietzsche na what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Mo give German ako, di ba? Bright cake ko. Char. Memorize ba? Pero mo jud to what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Seize the day, carpe diem. Tomorrow is another day. And to wrap things up diri sa live talk kay um ha, char lang to mga unsa oy papilion mo choco na gatas na choco mo char lang to kay ganahan jud ko sa mga answers kay those are the basic questions po good. Normally I ask depending on the person and depending on the answers, but it's really nice to hear those sharings kay mo man yung reflection yun sometimes na miss na ko ba. Di ba usually mo ng mga things na mo gina take for granted, and then as you grow older these are the things na miss nimo, and then makas tanaw ka sa mirror na oh crap, I miss those days na murag. And then di ba pag share ka even ka ng how enthusiastic ka sometimes when we share about memories sa school na murag grabe ka nato ka fuel na murag dili uy grabe kay itong sikyo katong ka remember ko tong one time na it will bring back the core memory na sometimes gina unsa na nato kay kisa tong sa Inside Out tong elephant
Kaya magkasinin.
basta kato di ba natagak lang siya dito but we
Nice
don't
pa yung Inside Out na movie yun. Like,
siya
about
actually mo jud ning ako ang concept pud sa ko ang unsa na I want
nice.
to I really want to encourage people to feel sad. I also encourage people to feel disgust. I also encourage people to have fear or anxiety sometimes. Kay syempre if you're not anxious of what's going to happen tomorrow, murag bala na eh. Ana good. Or
Mhm.
di ba ka remember katong scene dito na murag wala na siya ma-feel kay murag okay, murag ana ko nang
Yes,
lifeless
yan.
kay siya murag okay lang. Ana lang, okay. Tapos okay na ka,
Aloof.
murag aloof na kayo siya or suko kayo siya. No, maana good. So if we don't know how to cope or to balance or to manage them, that's the time jud na we really have to dig deeper or think deeper. And thank you
Seek
kaayo
help.
jud Romina Biancs na. And I was also unsa I was also um kanang very blessed to hear that you also was brave enough to really voice out na I'm seeking help. I'm seeking professional help because from my episode 5 with Maki, I also shared that my mom is clinically depressed and it's not really an easy task,
Yeah.
especially people who doesn't know or don't know how to handle those situations when it arise or um to
Episodes.
episode or even deal with people with those disability ay hindi man disability what's the correct term, sorry
Mental health
mental
concerns.
concerns, mental health concerns or people with who seeks mental assistance. Okay, it's
Pero
not
part man pud sila sa ano,
sa
persons with
PWD, di ba?
disability kay it's health man pud oy.
Health, di ba? Di ba
Mm.
and I also would like to share po a friend of mine, Bea Reka, Besh, if you're watching this na she shared with me she shared a post about
Oh,
there's an ID kato.
ah,
I s-
I read that.
I chatted that person. I forgot her name, sorry. And gusto ko lang din talaga I was really honored and blessed to really been responded to by someone na alam mo yung ako yung before I always disregard these things kay ako
Mm.
po I am one of those individuals na char char lang na niya oy kanang for that
Bitaw.
sir lang na. But when I understood more of those things, si Miss Afrel Rose Aquino, Miss Aquino, thank you so much. A huge shout out to you. You're a heroine for all of those people, for us, especially who are battling our our daily lives, especially with our your mental health. It's not easy and it's really important for everyone, especially those who are going to watch this, rewatch this, or going to share this, or going to after this live talk is that really important for you to check on to check on your partner, to check
Yeah.
on your friends, check on
Kato.
them. I did put to check on their activities every day, but I mean what I'm trying to say is that
Rain
it's
check.
a brain check. It's a rain check, or it will not take 1 to 2 minutes of your time to really just say hello and hi. Okay, for example, me and Romina right now, or even those individuals that shared their 2 to 3 hours of their precious Sunday life with me just to discuss about life is really important. You can start your own podcast, you can start your dreams, and it's never too late to start.
Mm.
And that is something that I'm really advocating is that you really have to speak up. If you're afraid, we're here. If you need help, you need someone to talk to. If you want to be a guest, if you want to be part of this journey, it's you can message me. If Daisy, Mark, or even Traki knows anyone who would want to be part of this journey, because I don't want to, ayoko siyang tawaging show kasi parang hindi naman to siya show. Parang it's more of
Yeah.
it's a journal pero I
Oo.
want to embed it through virtual na video kay 'di ba nag-ready tayo, nag-makeup tayo, 'di ba? Nag-makeup ako sa content na pulbos. Joke lang. Ikaw nakita ko yung my demo, like, yes, correct. Okay, ako mag-jacket lang sana talaga ako. Sabi ko, nag-ready dyan siya. So, syempre, nag-ready ko. Naging ako purple. Nag-ready ko, uy, kay basig ingnon pa lang na dili ko ready. Pero yeah, any words of encouragement, any the last
Yeah.
words, any thoughts or any anything that you would like to impart or to share with those fellow journalists that we have?
Ano lang, I know na it's very beyond in our control aning pandemic, pero wala lang, make sure lang na kanang you check on yourself as much as you check social media and your other friends. Like, always know to protect yourself and also others, your loved ones. Talk to them and katajud, the pandemic really teaches us, even though it's very hard to enjoy during COVID season, or season 1.
Season 1.
Despite the COVID or the pandemic, it's very hard to enjoy. Pero kanang wala, make the most out of it, like the little things. Kay example kanang imong perspective na ala ako kanang gusto ko mula pero kana nay uban na wala nay makaon niya ikaw na pagod ya na may wifi ang uban wala ana good. Kaya daghan ba gud kay nag-struggle anang internet kay kana module, online classes,
Trabaho.
online work, work from home ya. Wala grabe gud ang effect ang pandemic, then it really takes our energy kanang mag-isip ta about it and all. Kaya nga na gusto ko na sa mukha ng COVID yan. Kanang ako ang gusto na career ba, hindi na ako makuha pero matakabalo po na basig despite ano yung pandemic na day na ay opportunity mo abot ba. Yeah, basig na kay gusto na path good na try. So ang ano na jud ana kanang wala lang, make the most out of it. Yeah, kung appreciate the little things jud kay pangitaon gyud nimo. Example successful na ka, pangitaon na nimo uy sa una ka tong nagaangat pa ka law sa una no kay ngani ana ba, di
Mo jud
ba?
na. I like that. I really like that. Na the small things sometimes are the most important
Important.
ones na we tend to overlook or sometimes we
Yeah,
forget.
for
And then
granted.
mo jud na mga kada sometimes in life na mutong gi-share na og na katong ma-remember jud na ako kanang kung mag MMK film ko or short film, usually gusto jud nako to i-reshoot nako to nga moment tong 250 pesos. Kiniingon jud ko nga turning point magud to sa akong life na murag walang wala ko. I mean wala gud
Yeah.
wrong decisions ang palit ko
Mm.
worth 1,000 nga skin.
At least honest ka ya kanang mall ni imong kwarta kanang nag-open
Jud
ka
ko
ba?
kwarta. Tapos gusto
Oo.
na ako tapos your
Gusto nimo
partner was
siyang ano,
gusto niya pizza tapos
spoil, oo.
well, sometimes we want something put good sa
Mm.
tuwa.
And we
I
don't
really
always get what we want, gid ba ya?
medyo itong ganaan ako nga unsa nga na thought na grabe in love jud ko ato oy hangtod karon kanang magchika mi kay naman siya gahapon na bisita siya kay mama sa kuha. Naghabit siya nako kanang kilig ba kay for how many months na pud mi siguro magkita ana good so and then she saw mama pud ba na episode ana good so she understood ana gina-share pud niya sa friends niya
Oo.
and that's really kumbaga green flag ba kanang green flag oy green flag ana good kay how would people for example we go out with my mom and then kalit lang mag while diha
Yeah,
si mama na how would people would unsa di ba and then
react.
react how would you do it magani one of the things that I'm scared of is really going out with my mom sometimes kay I don't want people to judge on mom kabalo ka na kay labi na sa social media ka na videoan ana good and then how I want to protect
Igno,
I want to protect
mag-igno
my
man.
mom ana good
Mm.
mga anak good so it's really hurting and kana put it's something sad pud kay si mama pud diri gusto pud niya mong gawas ana good na you years you just want to protect your mom and then sometimes ang mama ni gusto niya mong gawas good
I-protect ka, gawas.
ana good gusto lang pud
Uy,
niya nga
nag-comment si Daisy, oh. Uy, cute, uy.
siya ang sa ingon niya Dice, musta na? Swerte ng mga taong mahal ni Rumen. Bitaw. Swerte, uy! Swerte ka. Pero, swerte jud mong tanan. Especially, salute jud ko sa imo, Romina, Bianca. And as parting Parting words about this is not I always tell this to my guests
Oo.
and also my fellow journalists is that this is not the first time. This is not going to be the first time. Kay daghan pa jud tay. This page is dedicated na jud dili na siya simply games kay
Yeah.
naga-game lang jud ko sa kay ganahan lang ko more outlet lang nako siya pero mas naka-invest yun niya akong page is more of sa akong podcast, akong live talk kay mas nakita na ko akong self mo jud ning outlet na ko kay usahay gud ganahan jud ko gusto na ko i-discuss ni sa ubang tao bitaw sometimes wala ko venue kay usahay sa chat mo task kay pero gusto na ko na something mabutan ako and then
Mm.
unsa
Vocalize.
kay ito ba o ma-vocalize po jud ba. But yeah, again, Romina, any people that you would like to thank to or any
Sorry.
people, any messages to them?
To my sponsors mo.
Bitaw, ano ba di ay? Baka
Wala ko
naman, di ba?
sponsor. Ay, akong
Itago man
sponsor,
ganit ang mga
Mapa.
ramen, di ba, ma? Bitaw, thank
Thanks.
your mom. Kay
Yeah.
i-share
Wala,
ba na ko sa parents mo sa family nimo.
thankful ko sa akong parents good kay bisag ka na magi mga misunderstanding sa balay family good ba yun.
Normal.
Pero supportive good sila and all then even though na dili jud mi kanang dato gud jud anak ko dato pero they can provide what we need and usahay what we want kami ni kuya then wala na ako po gusto na ako mag po kang spoil them kanang give them the future that they
Give
need kanang
back ba?
tabang sa ilang tabang sa ilang future ba pa mas magwapo god like they can receive that they deserve good and sa akong mga friends especially sa akong mga friends na na-close during pandemic kay na mag
Correct.
mga close daan pero katong mga people na mas na-close
So,
na ako baka na si Daisy sila Ethel then katong mga si Hana Panerio kana na-close pud me tungod sa pandemic
oh,
kamot. Even though close me daan sa fusion pa, mas nag-close me kay, like, we talk, hindi good constant, but kang mag-chat
alright.
sa mag-chat po,
Chances ba?
ko sa'yo, good. Usay mag-video call, kang random video calls na, usay mag-movie night me, good. And, kato, dula mo ko, dula kag phobia. Phasmophobia ba? Horror
Pass mo
game.
po.
Oh,
Kung PC na siya, gusto na ko siya
PC.
wala. Wala, di ba si Pion ako, di ba? Tracks, magising ka.
Puhon. Kay
Baka
mo
gusto
na
mo
akong
bilhin ako
banding pod.
Predator.
Banding po na ako sa
Ah,
akong mga friends sa psych. Like, si Mark po, mag-apply man po na siya sa with my friends sa
friends.
college.
Sana all.
Wait, doon magbalo ni Mark po pag nanakay si Tio.
Sus, Mark, promise, mag-trash talk yun ko sa mga outlet. Anger side na ako. Magawas yung Bulldog. Mobile Legends ha. Grabe na ako ka-trash talker din sa kwarto. Mana, gamute lang ko. Mga di ko pwede mag-stream ka ng kay magawas yun ang pagka-Bulldog na ako.
Aggressive.
Aggressive yun ang ingon ko na mag-unsa. Kanang gwapo kay kag combo tapos nag-Farmville imo mga kauban mo like
Sabayan pa daw kaniya maglagot.
Mark sus kung naga-ML ka ako tank user jud ko tapos imong mga kauban na nasa bot tapos tanan kalaban imong na set di ba ang feels nimo mo pala mo uy kanang kapoy pero mga friends man ako ang akong always kadula. Magdula na lang jud ko karong ML if mag PM sila tara dula ta ana. Dili ko ka nang random ako lang kay I want to spend pud ka ng time sa mga friends ko lang kay. Sa mga random na mga tao toxic kaayo ko ng gamay heart. Kumo nila mag-unsa no mag-quit tag ka rin. Madawat akong adlaw. Right, yeah. Bianca, Romina, thank you so much jud kaayo episode
Yes, thank
7
you,
is
Bod.
Did ko na-expect jud actually na talkative ka ay kanang daghan di kag mga ma-share kay di ba sa mga viewers nato and those who will watch the replay on YouTube on my YouTube channel is that and sa page daghan magud mi mga preparations ni Romina what things not to talk about pero siya nang sige istorya actually anagon so it's really nice to hear and this is definitely not going to be the last time watch out for March I'm gonna be posting my posters kanang dili na free poster wall okay.
Yes, PubMat na yun.
PubMat na jud kay syempre wala man tay ka ng laptop nga pang unsa kay sa trabaho lang man ay, basig naka unsa monitor sa trabaho lang man. So syempre mga online lang na mga free
Ah,
free designs ba.
muna ko'y
Pero kung na
ano, kailaw kung gusto ka magpabuhat.
wala man tay kwarta na good. Ano na budget ba. Maula pud ta na ba. Negosyo pod ba na muna ngita na
Oo.
ta muna, ako gina kapila gud ako na
Ah,
i-publish kay para makita na ako as ay dili i-move na pod na ako ang design.
at least
Pero
dahil papuhan masig mahawd na kag ano ba ay kanang
ay
ana
sus
ba
maabot lang si piyon nako awan mag-vlog lagi ko. Nagabike ko,
kana
nag-vlog ko o mag-vlog.
pa
Malay nimo madato hours day tag kalit di ba? Mga sponsors dem ulam kadit lang ka
maging
kay i-check
payaman.
lang o check na ko emails na ko kay daghan mag nagapa-sponsor. Oh my god. Pero unsa na law of attraction and pero mas
Yes.
ang importante jud sa ako kay really want to talk. Life talk is
Mm.
about the person and everyone you have met Romina Jison or Bianca for a lot of friends. And this is Life Talk episode 7. I hope you've learned a lot and
Yes.
this is something that we always want to cherish and hopefully guys and gals and everyone who's watching who's gonna watch this especially to your future self don't one takeaway that I've learned from what Romina shared earlier is you make your opportunities and whenever that opportunity arises you take it you grab it and you try it and you there's no troubles or kumbaga hindi ka makakamali if you will try. You will never know if it's wrong or right kung hindi mo
If you
gawin or
never
hindi mo i-try.
try.
If you will
Oo.
never try. So
Ano,
that's one thing that I really like from what you have shared from
ano
um
pod kanang
a lot of
risking
things.
also risking
Risk,
is also about being uncomfortable. Ano na ba yan na?
'di ba? Correct.
Mm.
Kay sometimes when
Comfort zone. Hawa ka
comfort zone.
pa
How jud
mag-grow.
oy? Kay kung when we stay on the same
Same
circle,
video.
you will never know that there's a wider ocean beyond. Char, 'di ba? More like Eren.
True.
Eren ng ano, Eren ng Oy, episode unsa nang mamaya, episode 11, shoutout
Lagi.
is. So, more ano ba na kung si Aramin pa kay there's a vast ocean beyond the
Kaya
walls.
wala ka ba na napod day nahitabo katong beyond the ocean pa jud.
Na day unsa na
Kumbaga,
mga African
mm,
Americans ding ano what why your color is brown. But anyways, that's Attack on Titan reference. Romina, thank you so much yun kaayo
thank you din.
sa time and I don't want to take too much of your time as well because ni yung kaganihan na one na ba ibog ang curfew and gusto pa maka-rest mo and I'm really honored, blessed and I pray that every day you will um, continue to grow and Mark as well may nanap ko yung bagong friend. Mark, don't hesitate to message me sa page na ako and I'm an open book. My page is always there. My this second account is ay to temporary. Hopefully temporary lang ko pero balik ako
Kasi
first
ano,
account.
na-streaming page si Mark.
Share na yun, bro. Supporters, support fellow
Ah,
supporters. Ay, mga
Pinasi
streamers.
Gaming.
O kan i-share sa ko pag ani
Oo.
because
Send ako ana.
malay ni mo Mark, ikaw ang next kasi katong first
Pop.
three na ko, mga streamers man pud good. Most of my guests are streamers man good. Sa February is more of mga friends din ako circle kay Love Wins pag topic. Pero kato siya, Romina. And of course, this is your boy AB. Catch me again next Sunday for episode 8 of Live Talk with
Yes.
AB. And of course, if you have anyone who would like to be part of this journey, don't hesitate to message my page, www.ash Bulldog Lagon 89. And you can follow my socials. I already posted on my Instagram. It's Ash Bulldog Lagon pa rin. My Twitter, Ash Bulldog Lagon. My YouTube is Ash Bulldog Lagon. So if you want to be normal, try to be abnormal as well. And it's okay to not be okay. And or all right, always made. Make all dreams everlasting and be wealthy. So that's it for now. Our time is already 24 minutes past 12. Good day, everyone, and God bless you all.
Yes. God bless. Bye.